Unsigned with Matt Wherry.
Unsigned with Matt Wherry.
I like a loud headphone.
Do you? Not a loud mic?
No.
Just a loud headphone. We're rolling. Okay, cool.
Makes you feel like you know what's going on rather than...
What, were your loud headphones?
Yeah, well then you can hear all of the like lip smacks and stuff.
Yeah, do you know what? I've realised no chewing gum on the podcast. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Things like that. You live and learn.
It makes you more conscious of how you're talking when you can hear the...
Yeah, it's rank. Sorry if you listen.
Yeah. We started.
Oh, we can start if you want.
Yeah,
This could be the pre-bit. But I also realise when I laugh, I have to do that.
Yeah.
Because it's just too loud. Anyway, right. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Unsigned podcast, episode 8. I think we're episode 8. No, we're not. Do it again.
No, doing it again.
I am.
You said we're not allowed to.
Oh, all right. It's episode 7 and I screwed up. Anyway, Rob's back.
Yay.
That was delayed, that one. Sorry. Welcome back.
Thank you.
It's nice of you to turn up.
It's been a while.
Has been a while.
It's been... I feel like I was here for like the big launch and they went, you crack on. You find your feet. And I'll come back when you've got it all sorted.
Yeah, sink or swim, and then I'll come back.
Yeah.
No, well, it was the first 2 episodes, wasn't it, that you were on?
The test.
The preview show.
Preview, the pilot.
The pilot.
Pilot's a good one.
Yeah, pilot. We've done the pilot.
Yeah, and then admissions.
Admissions, which was good. I think that had a good response.
That was a strange... It did, yeah. We had a lot of people listen and go, you all contradicted yourself.
Yeah, but you had done the first episode.
Throughout the whole episode, yeah. That was a weird episode for me.
Why?
Because although I was like, yeah, we'll interview you, but I'm not going to answer the questions
I guess you had to play both sides, I suppose.
Yeah, it was different. I'm looking forward to this one, though.
Yeah.
Just to kind of not sit back, but just enjoy the interview and someone else's side of the coin. Yeah,
see someone else's side of the story. I guess you've had that experience, though, considering... So you do, obviously, your show with Ollie.
Yeah.
And you've had a couple of guests on there, haven't you?
We have, we've had only 2, Katie Kings and Louise Barker off the top of my head. Of which we don't interview them, though. We just go for it. It just
play games,
car crash our way through it and go, yeah, it was all right. that was okay. Everyone's happy.
Well, I heard Louise's one. That was very funny.
That was good. Of which, if you're watching this, listening to this now, I don't think you can go and listen to it anyway, so you have to just take our word.
And it on your podcast?
No.
Oh.
No. The podcast was not around before Louise. She'll be back.
She's coming on this at some point.
Is she really?
I was actually...
Book me in for that one. That'll be...
Yeah, I'll book you in.
Yeah.
She, I messaged her. I was trying to get... When I was booking people in for sort of like July, August time, I messaged Louise. I said, look, we've got like spaces. When are you available? And she was like, oh, I can't do this. I can't do that. Oh, I can do this one. I was like, oh, I've already got people in for that one. She went, oh, right, I know where I stand now. I was like, oh.
Yeah. She's a busy girl.
Yeah, she's busy girl.
She's got everything planned out. How to word this? Every artist I've met, she's the one with her head most screwed on with forward planning.
Right.
Like you ask her what she's planning on mid-July on her social media on a Thursday lunchtime, it's already done.
Well, all like the pre-save.
She's got it all.
What do you call it? Scheduling the posts.
Scheduling out. Yeah. Yes. She knows what she's doing, but we'll talk about it when she gets here.
Oh yeah. Louise, get signed in. Come on, let's get you on. Right, so in the time that we haven't seen each other, from an admissions perspective, you guys have been quite busy in regards to gigs.
And the EP.
I was going to get to that.
That's the big thing I want to talk about. Gigs, what have we done?
Should we tell you?
Please, yeah.
Hotbox. Golden Fleece. You've just done Island Fest.
So we'll start from the beginning. Hotbox 1 was supporting Tigress. I wasn't there because it was the not so beautiful Champions League final.
So you didn't actually play?
No. That's what. No, I thought you knew that.
No.
So they the offer came forward as, do you want to come support Tigress? I was like, we're good friends with them. We know, of course we would. We love Hotbox and Tigress. Then the dates kind of we figured it out. No, not even shifted. We just kind of put two and two together and went,
right.
No, like I'm not doing it. I can't. Like we're gonna have to either drop.
Liverpool comes first.
It does, yeah. Like right, if United got to Champions League final,
it will be about 30 years time.
You'd put you'd put kids' birthday, anniversary, all behind the.
It's
final.
Basically my birthday's the 28th of May, so my birthday.
It could well be.
Literally,
it could well be. Yeah,
it has been before, and we lost to Barcelona. Anyway, carry on.
So I said, I'm not doing it. There was arguments. More from Kirsty saying this, who just doesn't understand. All the lads went, fine. We get it. Even Joe went.
I don't think I'd mess with Kirsty.
No, even Joe said, no, I'm going to watch it as well. Like, that's fine. So me and Joe sat it out. And went
so who actually done it then?
Max, Jack and Kirsty.
I
put like a little acoustic set together.
Right.
Which I heard was really good. They could have been. I don't know. I weren't there. And then what did we have after that? We had
the shaky.
We had the Golden Fleece.
Golden Fleece
Shaky's
charity
15th
gig.
anniversary.
Yeah.
Which was a big tick for us. For where we've been growing up in Chelmsford, we've been going to the Fleece since we were 18. We've gone, we'd love to play it. This would be great. We'd love to play it.
The Fleece, probably before.
Yeah.
Before you were 18.
No. We've been going to the Fleece since we were 18. No, that's honest.
All right.
And so yes, to be able to play the Fleece.
Yeah.
That sounds bigger than it actually is because they have cover bands and stuff in there every week. We just never did it when we was a cover band, but to be able to play there our own songs and there was a lot of people there.
Oh really? That's cool.
I think where the gig was free, it was in a pub that everyone knew. So when you say Hotbox, not everyone knows Hotbox or Basement. But the Golden Fleece is
If you've grown up in Chelmsford, you know the Fleece.
You know the
it's
Fleece,
literally just round the corner from the station as well, isn't it? So it's like
down the
one
road,
of the main pubs.
yeah. And where it was free, we had friends, family. My mum and dad was able to come to it. So my mum and dad haven't been to a gig for illness reasons since we was doing admissions.
Oh wow!
So it was the first one they could come see.
Oh, that's cool.
So for everyone, it was a big gig, and it was packed as well. There was, I don't know, I wouldn't put a figure on it, in the thousands. No, it wasn't. There was a lot of people there, so it was lovely to be able to play the songs. We had a few tech issues. Where Max plays the kick drum,
yeah.
He somehow kicks it forward when he does it.
You had this issue at a gig. I can't remember what gig it was
just
now.
Max. He plays the drums so hard.
He just loves it so much.
He got to the point. There's videos somewhere that if you go and watch on Shaky's YouTube, the videos, the sound tech, he's just sat in front of the drum kit,
holding it
for one of the songs. Yeah, where he had nothing to fix it with. We've had a couple of gigs though where Max breaks.
I remember you discussed this on here. I can't remember where it was in the world that you guys were, but you said literally you were playing bass, and all of a sudden Max just like
he goes past you, yeah, and you have to push him back a bit. And then we had Island Fest.
Yeah.
Of
how was that? Because I saw some of the photos and the stage. It almost looked like a blow up stage.
It was windy as well. So there was a lot of sandbags holding it down. It was a good day. Yeah. To be fair to them, I think that's the second time they've done it.
Right.
With a stage next to the rides, and you've got it's a passing audience, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
So people do stop, have a little nose, a few pictures, and keep on going.
Oh really? Oh okay. I sort of thought it might be more music, like more people watching the actual music, because it is sold as like the festival, isn't it?
Yeah, but there's no, unless you bring people with you, I guess. Like, I don't know, it was don't know, there was people there, people watching, sat down eating food and all that kind of stuff. But where there's no
where
alcohol,
was it? I know this isn't like people that don't know Adventure Island and Southend aren't going to care about this bit, but where exactly was it?
You've got the pier.
Yeah.
Right up against the side of the pier.
Oh, okay,
on the right-hand
fine.
side.
Yeah, okay.
But no, it was a good turnout, good setup, good crowd, good bands were playing. Under One Sun was playing.
Yeah.
Blams.
Shout out for last week, Under One Sun.
That was a good day.
Oh, good.
And we missed the rain as well.
Yeah.
Which fell down on the way home. The storms were.
What time were you guys on then?
7:30.
Oh, okay, fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that was good timings then.
It was, yeah.
What other news that you have? Actually, you had a couple more gigs as well. I'm sure you did, because I was looking at these earlier.
I'm really bad at remembering this kind of stuff.
All right, let's move on. You're right. So
what do you think we had?
I thought you had another. I thought you had. We were talking earlier. You had 2 gigs this weekend. Well, you had Island Fest, and you also had another gig in Highlands.
So we had a Hotbox, like another acoustic thing.
Yeah, another acoustic thing,
which was.
Did you play that one?
I played that one.
Oh, well done.
Which for me was hard. I really struggled with that one. Where we play our songs, you plug it in, turn up.
Yeah.
Bit of distortion or whatever. It's great. You can mess up. People don't really know.
Right.
But with the acoustic one, it was on the same day that you had the Motor Fest and the Foodies Fest.
Yeah.
So of which everyone naturally went around to there. So Camp for Girls are playing. They went watch that.
I heard about that. Yeah, my friend was there, and
it's really good. I went and watched. Yeah, it's really good. So there wasn't a massive turnout.
Right.
We won't try and hide that. There was 10 or so people sat passing by.
You're gonna have days like that.
Yeah, that's fine. And it was more intimidating playing to those 10 people that were like, munching away in their lunch watching.
Yeah.
Thinking, I don't want to be too loud because they're having their lunch.
Yeah.
And then you try and play the songs. I'm just trying to play the songs in a different way.
Was that challenging?
More controlled, yeah.
Yeah.
It was nice. It was a test.
Yeah.
To try, and we had to kind of tweak a few bits, like Jack's solos. He hits like 6 or 7 pedals when he does his solos.
Right.
There was one point where he played the solo to Build On Tomorrow on the acoustic. And I was watching, I was thinking, that just doesn't work. he knew that and was like, get through it.
Yeah, the thing is,
Yeah.
you're going to try these things. When it's different to what you're used to doing as well, you're going to have moments where some things work, some things don't.
Yeah, no, it's good. I think we are definitely more prepared if another acoustic, if anyone wants another acoustic.
And Rob will be there.
And I will
as
be
long as
there,
Liverpool aren't playing.
No, or England. No, not
Nah,
England.
do you know what, right? I'm not being funny, and this is nothing. This isn't a sports thing. It's not a football thing.
No.
I'm not going to bang on about it. But what's the point in having the fixtures where they were in the last three England, 3 or 4 England fixtures? What's the point?
Yeah.
And we'll move on. And also, Admissions released their EP.
We did. Noise Complaints Before 9, and it has been, I think it's done okay.
Yeah.
We've crossed the 5,000 stream mark, which I'm quite
Very
happy.
good.
We haven't shouted about that yet. I'll push for 6 first.
Don't get greedy.
We put, it's done well. We had a nice response. We made the Essex Chronicle.
Yeah.
Which was nice.
That came out Thursday, did it?
Friday. Yep. I bought my 6 or 7 copies to dish out. Everyone wanted one. I was like, it's £2.10. Go buy your own paper. No, it's done well. We're very proud, I think.
What do you think has done the best on that so far? What song's been the best received?
It's a real mixed opinion.
Yeah,
because I know your favourite one, Medication.
Yeah, I really like that. I think it talks to me like in a sort of different level.
Yeah,
like from the lyrics perspective.
Yeah, there's a lot in there. I think it's quite deep. But then, the main one is Building on Tomorrow. People love.
Yeah,
Groove Master is a real popular one as well.
Yeah, that's been played on other radio stations, isn't it?
Yeah,
been doing very well.
We shout them. No, we won't shout them out.
You can if you want. I'm not.
No, we won't. Islington Radio all the way.
Yeah.
This one.
Also, Radio Extra at Motorfest. They were there. They had a tent up.
Were they really?
Yeah, they did. I couldn't get there. I was at Centre Parks. I was going down the flumes and that.
Oh, nice. That Foodies Fest. Oh, Motorfest, you said, didn't you?
I see it was Motorfest, but Foodies Fest was good. My mate Ash was there with his family and stuff, and he was, scouting for girls. He said were amazing.
It was a weird experience. Like, you think Scouting for Girls is like, you look at their Spotify at the moment, they're on like 1-something million listeners.
Yeah,
which is incredible.
What's their main one?
She's So Lovely.
She's So Lovely.
Yeah. The stage was up. I was like, it's not a big stage. I was like, right. Won't expect much. They still played their full 45 minutes, an hour. But it was just like, you'd never get that close to a band that big.
No, it's quite surprising that they were almost booked for that.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that. I'm not that I'm in chumps with them much, but
I think they're not booked for just Highlands. They're booked for the whole Foodies festivals in the UK.
So I think
they're like Maidstone.
So they like tour around with that festival.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good idea.
That's the gist I got from it. Definitely recommended if you want to see that kind of artist, I guess.
Yeah.
But you've been on holiday.
I've been on holiday.
That's what I was going to say to you.
What?
Do you ever go work?
Nah.
Because I noticed you was abroad.
Yeah.
And then you came back and you were off the Centre Parks.
I know. We didn't plan it very well. We did. Problem was, right, so our Portugal holiday we went on got shifted due to COVID.
Okay.
And then we also had like a family holiday booked for Centre Parks, and it just so happened that it all sort of coincided a bit. I had a few days of work last week and the podcast recorded with Under One Sun, but we and the radio show and everything else, but we managed to sort of work it. But also when I had my holiday, I mentioned it last week, we ended up recording 2 podcasts in one go with me.
Yeah, busy.
Producer Ian's back, by the way. We didn't say hello to Ian. And then Lizzie was here as well, and we done two episodes then just so I could go on holiday. But
you've really got to work or plan these things, haven't you?
Yeah. Like me and Manisha discussed, like consistency is key, and I want to make sure that we're doing this every week. If that's with yourself, or if that's with Lizzie or Abby or whoever's like willing to come and help out with it. But also, the guests, people that have been booked in guest wise, we're getting pretty full, and it's really exciting for some of the people who got booked up.
I don't know if I mentioned it on the pilot episode
preview. We're calling it
preview. Yeah. That for an artist that's unsigned,
yeah,
to be able to come in, be on 3 cameras, recorded, that's something to put on YouTube. It's a big thing.
Yeah, no,
it's a big deal.
I'm really pleased with how it's going. It's been something that I wanted to do for a little while, and just keeping it up and keeping it going is the main thing, I think. And trying to we've got all the guests lined up, like I say, till sort of mid to late August. So if you want to get involved with it, it's the first time I actually looked at the camera since we've recorded. Hello everyone. If you want to get on the podcast, you can email us at hello@unsignedmusic.uk. Also go and follow us on all the socials as well. And if you want to upload music, how do you do that, Rob?
You go to unsignedmusic.uk and there's a little upload button there.
There is.
Or you should go sod it and send you a Dropbox link.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
It works for us.
Only because you couldn't figure it out. The thing is, right, I actually so basically I've had a load of I mentioned it the other week. I've had so many submissions over the past few weeks that I've still got maybe 30 that I haven't had a chance to listen to yet. So if you've submitted music, thank you so much. I am getting round to it, but there's only so much I can get through within a week and put them onto the show as well. So I've still got a lot to go through. But the amount of submissions we're getting is incredible.
It's good.
It is really good. And they're coming from all over the place as well. I had one from China.
Wow.
Right? And I know that we're unsignedmusic.uk, but if people were putting the trust into us to be able to play their music, I'm going to give it, if I like it and if I feel like it's going to do well over here, I'll certainly give it a go. So it's a Sunday show. I'm excited to play a track from China.
Remember the name of the track?
I'm not giving it away. It's going to be exclusive when it goes out on New Music Friday. Ooh. Nice try, though. But what I am actually going to do we have our Patreon, right? So that is basically a subscription service for people to sign up. At the moment, there's still places available for £1 a month. You're going to get exclusive content on there, early access to their radio shows, episodes of this. Everything that we put out basically goes on Patreon first. The public episodes of this podcast are going to start going out on the Monday, because what I've been doing is on the Patreon episodes go out on a Friday, and then these go out on a Saturday. So it's like people haven't really got the incentive.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do, public episodes are going to start going out on the Monday. Patreons, you're going to get it on the Friday before. And also, I'm excited to announce that our mixes from our Chelmsford and our Southend gig are complete.
Really?
And they are ready to go. So in the next couple of weeks, what we're going to do, so the bands are in the process of reviewing them at the moment and letting us know, because there's going to be certain covers that we're not going to be able to play on the radio and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of doing like one of my radio shows as like an exclusive show for the live music. So we'll have like a Unsigned with Matt Wherry on a Sunday at 7 p.m. and we're going to have potentially a few of the live tracks from that.
Unsigned live.
That's why you're here.
There you go.
Unsigned live. We'll probably do a radio show on that at some point. But what we are going to do on Patreon is we're going to have the full gig of the audio, the full gig from start to finish for both nights. So only patrons are going to be able to go and listen to the full gig of all the artists playing all the tracks. But those tracks will not be available anywhere else, because certain covers we won't have rights to play on the radio and all that sort of stuff. So I'm excited for that.
That's good.
It will be good.
Be big.
Well, hopefully.
You're hoping.
Spent enough time on it, haven't we? But no, that would be good. So I'm looking forward to that. And also, we should have the videos on within the next few weeks as well, next couple of weeks.
What's the feedback been from, this is just me being curious.
Go on.
What's the feedback been from, you said you've sent the tracks out to the bands to review. Yep. Has anyone responded yet?
Yeah.
Have they just gone, love it? Or has anyone gone, drums a bit higher, more bass, less guitar?
No, actually, all of them have come back and said like they're really happy with it. One's come back saying that they'd like a couple of amendments here and there, which is absolutely fine, because it doesn't sound quite the same as it did on the night, which is absolutely fine, because obviously the material we're getting is literally anything without the effects from what was on the night. So there's going to be a couple of amendments here and there, but generally that's only to make it sound more like it was on the night.
More like it should do.
Yeah, but to be honest with you, like especially the 21 gig, and we'll shout out James Clark again, Straight Razor, for the audio at the Southend gig. Everything that he distributed to us was brilliant, wasn't it? So all of the work that we had, from all of the files we had from him, not only came over really quickly and really efficiently, they were there ready for us to just crack on with straight away.
Makes life easier, doesn't it?
100%.
Less housework.
Yeah, there's certainly been some lessons learned from the two gigs where there's certain things I would and wouldn't do when we do the next one.
Biggest one that you would do?
No,
actually scrap that. Biggest thing.
No, it's fine, because I was still. So basically, I would not. First thing I would do, I'd work with the same people again up to from 21. I'd work with again straight away, right? That's nothing against the people that were at the other event, but what I wouldn't do is have to hire in X amount of equipment again, because basically all the events that I'm running, there's only been 2 of them so far. We've got more in the pipeline, hopefully, but obviously we're trying to concentrate on a few other things at the moment. Is venues that have got their own kit. Like is gold dust really for me, because it's just me sort of trying to do what I can with the budget that I have. And like, to be completely honest about it, everything that comes out of that gig is via the ticket sales. So as an example, if I'm paying for video and sound and everything else on the night, that's all coming out of ticket sales.
Yeah.
So we have to get a certain number of ticket sales to do that. Obviously, if then bits can go back into Unsigned, into the bands and all that sort of stuff, then obviously that's what we do. But I need to cover expenses first. It's a bit of a boring answer, but
yeah, no, that's fine.
It's as a business model,
as it is, yeah.
It has to happen.
I was just hoping you were going to slag someone off and,
No, I really tried very hard not to slag anyone off. But
that's
no,
the kind of avenue I was pushing you down. You did really well.
I know, I'm not stupid. No, I would certainly work with some firms again. I'd certainly work with both of the photographers that we had. Percy Productions continue to work with, and it's been an experience. I think that I've learned to, from the 2 gigs, I certainly enjoy 21 more because I've done the other one, and I sort of feel like I could sit back and enjoy it more. All of the bands I've worked with again, all of the artists I've worked with again, and I'd use 21 as a venue again because it's a venue that is very affordable, very helpful, and it's a good night. The only thing I wouldn't have done is set the tables the way I set them.
Okay.
Because it was I set them trying to push people towards the floor, and it sort of push people further away.
Okay.
Which is my own fault, but whatever.
Does there have to be tables?
There doesn't have to be tables, but like when you start doing the night. So the photos that I've seen of 21 of other events, there's always tables there, and there's always people pushed right up to the front. Whereas because you peeked in, didn't you? You've peeked in once.
Walking past.
And what we done is we pushed all the tables back by 6 foot. So we had like a 6 foot sort of semicircle in front of the sort of where the artists were.
Yeah.
And it didn't allow. We shouldn't have done that because everyone went and sat down because it wasn't like a. It wasn't.
Well, it's just manners, isn't it? If you've got like that semicircle in front of the stage,
yeah,
no one's going to go stand in front of those tables.
Exactly.
So
no one's going to stand in front of the tables.
Be
no one's going to stand in front. So we had Abby on first, right? We had AB Violet. Abby has been presenter on the podcast. She'll be back in the future as well, and probably as a guest at some point. And Abby was up first, and it was just her. So you're not going to have 20 people, 30 people standing in front of her, while then there's another 30, 40 people sitting behind them and not being able to see. So it was a poor judgment on my call. So poor call of my whatever. It was the wrong thing to do.
We know what you meant.
Yeah, I fucked up.
But that's the first one.
What?
First swear word.
Oh, have you got your little black book?
Orange book.
But yeah, so no, I certainly learnt some lessons. But we do want to do more events, and I've had people contact me recently about booking some more in, and we are looking to do it. But we are other things are taking priority that we can't quite announce yet, which is really frustrating. But I'm really hoping that we can do maybe
soon.
Next week or the week after.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we have got big things coming. But yeah, if you want to get your music on Unsigned, which goes out on Islington, Radio Extra, Radio Chelmsford, among others, you can submit your music, unsignedmusic.uk, scroll down, submit your music. That would be brilliant. And we've gone through the new format. You've said about your EP.
Yeah.
Anything else that we were going to discuss?
No, just keep searching admissions, noise complaints before 9 after you finish watching or listening to this.
Yeah, and you told me you didn't listen to last week.
No, I'll be honest, I'm really bad. Like the problem is, I don't. As I was, up at before we started this, I mentioned there's just not much time in the week.
No, I know we're all very busy.
So even like listening,
I listened to your podcast.
Did you? That's because it's 20 minutes.
Yeah.
If that, that's usually 10.
Yeah.
I forgot what I was going to say now.
Busy.
Yes. So you get like however many hours in a week. By the time you've been to work.
Yeah.
You've done whatever social stuff. Say I can't listen to a podcast and I'm sat here, can I? So that's that time out the window.
We can if you want, but it won't be very good for
run
them.
it through one of the headphones. There's just no time in the week.
No, I know. It's difficult.
Pulling
your leg.
I do have it on like podcasts and bits on in the car.
Yeah.
Well, my car journeys are like.
I'm going to say you literally drive from yours to town. And it's like 5 minute journey.
So like after I've listened to any football, actually, I have to tell you what, there's no football on at the moment, so I can just replace like the Liverpool podcast.
Brilliant. What's that, Redmen?
Redmen TV, yeah. With This Is Anfield, but it depends what kind of perspective you want on things. Redmen TV, I'll replace, I can switch them out.
Oh, right, fair enough. Thanks.
There you go, yeah.
Brilliant, yeah, great. Well, if you want to listen to the Rob and Ollie podcast, you can find that on Spotify. I listen the once you sent it to me, but it was good. I think
we peaked on that one.
It was great.
I don't know. I can't see us getting.
No, I have listened to a few. I listened to the one that said test.
That was a good one. That was the first one, yeah. Then there was like a 3-week gap. There was no consistency.
Consistency is key. We've learned this in podcasting.
I still think we should get Ollie on here.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
What we could do is get Ollie on here.
Yeah.
Then we just start interviewing him like he's an artist. He wouldn't know what to do.
What do you mean? Like,
as in we pretend, as in we just. That's a great idea. So we bring him in, and you think he's someone else.
Okay.
And then
he better not watch this.
He won't.
He won't. Brilliant. Cheers.
I've still been trying to get him watch to start like the new Obi-Wan Kenobi series.
No, I haven't started that yet. Yeah. But my wife quite fancies Ewan McGregor.
Is that what you're using?
Yeah, I think I'm using that.
There you go.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to get him to watch that, and he's rubbish.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, well, that's an idea. We get.
Do you remember the bloke who went to? I think he went to like ITV News or something, and he was going there for a job interview, but someone misunderstood and thought he was like an executive from Apple. And he got was it Apple? I'm sure it was someone like that, wasn't it? And he ended up getting interviewed on the air as an executive at Apple or another big company. And he was just sitting there going,
oh, really?
Yeah, it was years ago, wasn't it? But,
I don't remember that at all.
Oh, I'll find it.
Sometimes feel like someone's getting fired. That's what's
yeah, exactly. No one's getting fired on this show. But what we are going to do, right, we have got, so as we mentioned previously, and I go on about it most weeks, we had 2 events. We had one in Chelmsford and we had one in Southend. We have got the headliners from our Chelmsford gig on the show today. It's the Lucettas. We've got Tommy and Sam coming in. Really looking forward to getting them on the pods. We've been trying to get them on for a little while. They've been very busy, gigging all over the place. So we're very excited to get those on. They're from Chelmsford as well.
Haven't met them yet.
Haven't met him?
I don't think our paths have crossed just yet.
No, I was going to ask that because you guys are both from the same area, but you're slightly different genres, I suppose. So it wouldn't necessarily be booked on the same night.
I think you could.
Yeah,
potentially. I'm trying to think of which way around. Who'd go first?
Don't ask me to do that.
No, that's one for you. It's like going to decide your favourite child.
No.
Nope. There you go.
The dog.
The dog.
Yeah. That's not true. Right. So what we'll do, we'll have our break. Mm-hmm. We'll get the Lucettas in, and we will see you in section 2. That's become a thing.
Section 2.
Section 2. Bye.
Unsigned with Matt Wherry.
Unsigned with Matt Wherry.
Hi guys, welcome to the Unsigned podcast. One of our partners is Mates, which is mental health awareness through educational speaking. I'm lucky enough to be an ambassador for Mates. If you want to go to their website, if you want any support or any information about what they do, it's weareyourmates.com. They're a peer-to-peer support group, and they're based in Chelmsford in Essex. They do walks and talks, but they've got a Facebook group as well. So that is a shout out for Mates. Weareyourmates.com for more information.
Unsigned with Matt Wherry.
Unsigned with Matt Wherry.
Hi everyone, welcome back to the Unsigned podcast. We are joined today by the Lucettas.
How's it going? All good?
All good. We've got Sam and Tommy from Lucettas. How you doing, gents? All right?
All good, mate. Yeah, thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks for coming in.
Oh, thanks for
battling the traffic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bit of a nightmare.
Yeah, proper nightmare.
We're here now. It's the main thing. So yeah.
Yeah. No, really happy to have you here. We been dealing with each other quite a while. Known you for a long time, and you've also done our Chelmsford gig, which was a while back now. 6 weeks ago, something like that.
Was it 6 weeks?
Yeah, it was 4th of May, wasn't it?
Yeah, for some reason, I feel like a long time.
It was a long time ago. How did you find that gig?
Do you know what? Yeah, it was really good. Like, obviously, we're from Chelmsford, so it was good to like get an experience in a different venue because I've never played an A-Canteen before. But yeah, really enjoyed it, to be fair. I thought the sound was a bit different than usual. But yeah, it's good. I think everyone's dancing at the end, so that's the main thing.
I think you guys really got people up though for that last one, wasn't it? Because that's when Percy was doing the doing the video and that as well. So he tried to get as many people up at the front as possible for that one. But it was good. The thing is, I was saying before you guys come on, I learned a lot from that first event. From a sound perspective, because what do you think about? We can talk about openly on here. So with the sound and that, I almost feel like the sound was almost too big for the room.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, but I think people soak it up. People soak up the sound. So if people were closer, I know it sounds a bit strange. I might just be chatting waffle, but in my opinion, anyway, for being on stage, you can notice the gaps and the space.
Yeah.
So where people were like a little bit further back or like sitting down and chilling, like it didn't feel like there was that soak up in space. You know what I mean? Yeah,
that's fair enough.
I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah.
No, it does. Yeah, it absorbs it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It absorbs the sound and gets everyone there.
But yeah, that last one, when everyone was up, then it, you're not really noticing the sound. Then you just like
good job. You were string snapped as well. So good job in the last song as well. Yeah,
the rock and roll. Yeah, snapped it. But yeah, no, it was a good night though.
Yeah, it was really good. Enjoyed it. Yeah.
No, it was
Really
good.
well.
I quite enjoyed it. I think I was stressing for the most part. I mean, I said to you before we actually got there, didn't I? I was like, I had so much anxiety leading into it because it was like the first event I'd ever put on, and there was obviously we had 4 bands. Pre-sales were all right, and I remember you saying to me afterwards, you were very kind in that, but saying like, look, the numbers were all right considering where it was and when it was and all that. Yeah. But even still, for me, I wanted to deliver as best I could for you guys as well and all of the bands because it was So I put quite a bit of pressure on myself.
Yeah, well, the anxiety is that. It's because you care.
Yeah.
Which is important. Because if you don't care, then there's no point doing it anyway.
No, it's true.
So that's the main thing in it, really. And you're going to learn from it.
Yeah.
Bro, like, the same with us performing. We do like a new venue, a new gig, or like we put on shows ourselves that we started to do now. Like we did one in Nottingham on the 13th of May.
Yeah.
My dates are all over the place today. But
you guys have been gigging loads.
Yeah. So we did that on our own, and we done a hot box on our own in Chelmsford. So we're sort of like learning then. I had the same sort of anxiety.
Yeah.
Because you spend like loads of energy in that week. Like, are people going to come? Are people not going to come?
Yeah.
Is it going to go well? Is it not going to go well? And you're just like, you're trying to do too much logistically. So when it gets to the night, it takes a while for you to get out of that mode and just relax and enjoy it. So it's only really like when we got on stage, like halfway through our set, I was like, okay, yeah, I'm into it now.
Yeah.
Because that whole build-up's like, people going to come through, people not going to come through. Have I promoted it enough? Have I done this? Have I done that? So I sort of got where you were coming from then, you know what I mean?
You could see it, couldn't you, as well?
Totally, totally. But
I think once it gets, you just got to roll with it once it gets going. I mean, so like, you think there's not much you can do now, it's out your own.
Once everyone started playing, I think I settled in. I was all 100%. Right. But I think that first, we went and grabbed something to eat. Me and my dad went and grabbed something to eat, come back, and I was like, I feel like so my day job, right? So I work in construction and stuff. So I've been on site managing crane lifts and all this sort of stuff, sending them to London and all that, right? So I'm used to like pressure. And I said to him on the way there, I was like, honestly, I feel like I'm about to manage like a crane lift. Like that's how I feel. Like I've like shit in it.
The embarrassment as well. Because if no one turned up, someone's going to be embarrassed.
Yeah, I think it was a little bit more a case of I knew what the pre-sales were, so I knew that we were going to be getting 50 through the door anyway in the small venue in Chelmsford. So I knew we'd get some people through, but I was hoping for walk-ins because I think the way in which I had it in my head, because I mentioned it before, but because I had to hire all the equipment in and I trusted within the firm that's what I needed, a bit blindly and a bit naively, to be honest. I think that I need to hit X amount of numbers to break even here, and I got nowhere near that. So it was one of those things where it was like, I know that. I think that it was the fear of not breaking even. But when I realised I ain't going to break even, I might as well enjoy it now. It was one of those things.
I think that's where you look at it from. You've got the two views on it, I guess. You're looking at thinking, I've got to break even. From a band perspective, you think 50 through the door, you're thinking, that's all right. That's
exactly what I said to you, wasn't it, Matt? I said Wednesday night in a canteen, to get 50 through the door, it's like, in my opinion, it's pretty good. And we've done music around that area for quite a while. It's like, it's not a Friday night, it's not a Saturday night, Wednesday night to get people out and about. It takes a lot of work, a lot of doing.
I think that was all down to, a lot of that was down to the bands as well, like bringing people in. So I know you guys had a lot of people there. I know Gracie bought a few as well. Obviously, the Ariston came in from Surrey, so they didn't have many people there, but they were fantastic on the night. Great, and then High Fly, also a bit more local than that. They're from Colchester. But I think we had a good mix. I think it was a good sort of, a good night. And I enjoy it. Once I got into it, I did enjoy it.
Yeah. So it was good. And I think, like you mentioned, the money like puts another thing in your brain to worry about.
Yeah.
It's like you could list a million things in the build up to that show. It's like music makes it all better. As soon as the music starts, like you're in. It's good. Yeah.
It certainly worked like that. I think I certainly learned lessons from that first event, and I know what I will and won't do again. You try stitching me up on the first part of the pod saying, what wouldn't you do again, trying to get me to rap? But it was one of those things.
Get the Lucettas
on. First thing I said is that all of the bands that I've worked with at Chelmsford and at Southend, I work with again in a heartbeat. I would. So I really enjoyed the night. Listening back to the mixes that my dad's done has been brilliant as well. I think everyone done a good job on the night, and it was, I'll do it all again, just maybe change a few things along the way. But but we're talking about events that you guys have had coming up. So with you setting up your own events in Nottingham and Hotbox, how did that come? Why Nottingham?
Well, I went to uni in Nottingham, so I had a little bit of a connection there. But obviously, since I was there, everyone sort of dispersed back to their hometowns or whatever. But just it's just something I've always wanted to do, to be honest. And I think coming back since we've had this like sort of resurgence in our band of like starting again and like starting afresh and going for it, like I think before I'd have some sort of like inhibition about doing a show away from Essex. Like I'd have all that anxiety that we're talking about, like, oh, is it going to go well? I can't do this. Or I'd be waiting for a promoter to go and contact us, like, this little band from Essex, do you want to come play? It's not going to happen.
Right.
So if you want to do it, you have to do it yourself.
Yeah.
So I think that's the mentality that we're adopting now.
Yeah,
we want to play gigs in different places, but we're not really waiting for the opportunity to come to us now. We're just going to go out and do it. Yeah.
So when you book the gigs in Nottingham,
are
you putting yourself on as the headline band?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, so you're not trying to find like the local.
No, but we did that too.
support.
We did that too. Like, I think, you know, we did the headline band because, like, I wanted to make it a good night for my friends, really, to be honest. And when you're in, like, I want to have a few beers and relax and have fun and like make it like a night of it. But I think for us, like, we got 2 local bands, which is like really important. Like, but we ourselves, we got like what 25 people. Bought tickets for us, which we're really, really happy with. Like overachieving, really there. But I think that's the best thing to do. Like, get local bands, bring in that local support. I mean, we could have shoved ourselves at the bottom of the bill, whatever. But it's just not the way.
Well, if you're booking the gig, you're going to be the headliners, right?
Yeah, and it looks good for us, you know, in terms of like social media. Really, to be honest.
Yeah.
Well, I was looking
without being cynical, that is you know.
It's all about the brand, isn't it? So it's all got to come back to that.
Yeah.
So you guys done the Helpbox gig, you done Nottingham, and you got a few. Oh, you done what was that festival in Braintree you mentioned as well?
Yeah, that was called Festival in the Garden.
Yeah, how was that?
Really good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I think like because there was quite a few. It was like they sold like 1,500 tickets.
Oh wow!
It was like it weren't like a big park either, was it? It was like
No.
So yeah, when they had all them people there, it looks like a good decent crowd. But I think they said they're definitely gonna do it again next year. But obviously it was like bank holiday weekend, so everyone's got a lot of stuff going on. But to get that turnout for that weekend, I thought it was like really good. Yeah. So obviously got to shout out Elliot because he's drummer for Missing Andy. He set up the whole thing.
Oh wow!
So obviously we played before them, and it was just a really good day, wasn't it? Like,
it was a great day,
really good
day, and like we have quite a good relationship with Elliot, like. Because like Missing Andy were actually quite big around.
They were, especially in Chelmsford. Yeah,
like really, really big around the county. And I remember like 10 years ago, probably maybe a little bit more. To be honest, Missing
40,
Andy,
didn't they? Yeah.
Yeah, they were like really big. Like I'm a big like boxing fan, and Kevin Mitchell walked out to their song and stuff. I remember like that at the time, and yeah, they were like pretty big. And I saw them like at a few like they used to do the Brentwood Festival quite a lot. But yeah, Elliot like mixes our stuff and like records us at his studio. Shout out Highfield Studio.
Yeah, you got to get the shout outs in there.
Really good though. Really good, and like it's fun, enjoyable. But yeah, he set up this festival because there is a gap in Essex, like in the market. Yeah, you went to that festival. What was that?
No, we're not talking about that.
We don't
festival
talk
to shout out the name.
Yeah, we do, but we don't talk about that one.
No, like Voldemort.
Ask us afterwards.
Ask in the break.
Okay.
What do you you said between festivals and the indoor closed gigs? Any preference to the outdoor to indoor?
I think. Well, it's quite difficult to comment because the festival that we're playing now it's different. It's more like a family vibe, where the indoor venues it's like people are more like drinking, and not that you need to drink to have a good time, but like people are like
they're there for you as well.
It's like a night out. Do you know what I mean? And the night out vibe compared to the
family vibe
is quite different.
And we was on like 3:45 as well, so it's like as everyone's starting to get going and that. Whereas the night went on, it turned into a bit more. The kids went home and everything. So, but no, I think our time slot was like perfect for that.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Play that and then just enjoy the rest of the bands and just the rest of the day. And it was free beer as well, so it always goes down the street, doesn't it? So yeah.
What about you? Have you done any sort of festivals?
We've only done the outside festival that we don't name or talk about. I think we prefer the outside festival.
The setup there was great. It was Eclipse, wasn't it? The Eclipse Studio, Eclipse Sound, I think they were called. Done the staging and the audio. They're from Ipswich. They were quality.
Well remembered.
Yeah.
It's nice just to have the breeze. I don't know about you guys, but as soon as you get on stage, like even these lights now, the smallest bit of light, I just start sweating.
Yeah,
Mate,
yeah.
I found it the opposite though.
Really?
Well, the weather, we done it on the Jubilee Bank Holiday weekend.
Yeah.
And it was like super hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just like on stage, like I'm really, really hot
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
Also, I was wearing sunglasses, and it kept slipping down my nose. So I was like,
songs.
I was like trying to like sing, and like in between my verse, I'd be like, boom, like trying to like lift it back up with the microphone.
Like head shakes.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
on the mic, yeah.
So it's like like heavy metal, like smacking, but just that was different.
So let's get back to the band, shall we? So obviously we know about you two, but do you want to introduce a little bit about the band, where you guys started and the other members?
Yeah. Okay, well, yeah. So I started the band originally myself with a friend that I had at school called John Bird. Shout out John Bird.
Shout out John. Yeah.
And yeah, basically, I don't know where it come from, to be honest. I just really wanted to start a band. I couldn't play guitar at the time. I could play, because I only had like one guitar lesson my whole life.
Right.
And yeah, I was like sort of teaching myself that. I couldn't play the guitar at the time. I could play like an E minor, which is just like two fingers. And I could like sort of play a G. But yeah, I don't know what it was. I just decided to start a band. And John was the only kid in the school that I knew played guitar. And we got on quite well and stuff, like in like English and stuff. So we started doing that, like me and him. Had no right to be gigging, to be honest.
Right.
But I was gigging with just like my like rubbish vocals and an E minor and a G.
Do you remember the first song that you played at that first gig?
I think it was a song I wrote.
Really?
Yeah. It was a song I wrote on the E minor and G. I think it was called Slow.
Do you know how did the chorus go?
Slow.
I actually really like, because when I joined as well, I was like playing that one. Really. I actually really enjoyed that song, but I don't know.
I mean, yeah.
Couldn't get away with playing that one now. I don't think, but
yeah, I don't know. I had no right to be doing it, really, honestly, hands down. But yeah, so me and John were just practicing in my garage, just going over and over, and I was like, I need to get a drummer. But to be honest, like, we didn't really know many musicians, like, at all.
What school were you? School in Chelmsford?
Yeah, I went to Moultram High School.
Okay. Yeah. I was a bado.
Yeah.
Highlands. Yeah.
Oh, so we're all over the place.
Yeah.
Sam
Where
went
are you?
Boswell's.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. You got a full house.
Schools in Chelmsford done.
Yeah. But I didn't really have any like sort of friends that were into one, music, and two, the music that I liked and wanted to do. Because a lot of my friends, they were like into like sort of rap and stuff like that. And I was always at that time I was like the Jam, the Who, like mega, like all the time thinking of the Jam, the Who. But yeah, we needed a drummer, and I was just asking around, and the girlfriend I had at the time, she went to school with Sam, and she was like, "Oh, I know the drummer." I was like, "Oh, will he be up for it? And then, so she asked you, didn't she? And you decided to come. Yeah. Come to my garage.
To the old garage, infamous garage. Yeah.
Come to my garage, and then we practiced, and then.
I think we done like 2 practices, and I was like, all right, because when you first like getting the songs down with nowhere near ready. He's like, "Well, gig Friday night, you fancy playing it?" And I was like, because obviously I was doing I studied music at college at the time as well, so obviously like to do a gig you need to like weeks and weeks of practice. And obviously he just walked in, he's like, "Play a gig," and I was like, "No, there's no way I'm playing this gig." Like, as a pub in front of like 50 of like all your family and that there, like, and I was like, "There's no way I'm doing it." But he convinced me then, so I think I've done about like 2 or 3 songs with him.
Yeah, came on at the end.
Yeah, came on at the end. Yeah, at least you had to watch the whole hour set.
Only originals though, didn't we? At the end.
Yeah, at the end. Yeah, so
that's what I mean. We had no right to do it. That's
it. But I was like, I'm just going to do it. Yeah.
Ignorance is bliss, they say.
Yeah.
So where was that then? What was the venue for that?
Rose and Crown in Writtle.
Oh really?
Yeah.
On the corner.
I think everyone's gigged out at some point. Yeah. Was it up on the little ledge? Yeah.
Yeah, little ledge.
But it was like me and John. We done like I don't know, half an hour of rusty covers.
Yeah.
And then we're like, and Sam's going to join us.
I think the most awkward thing was as well, because obviously there was a band on after us who were doing like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
So I've gone on stage to do 3 songs, and the drummer's like left-handed. He's the wrong way around. So I switched the whole kit. I had to do 3 songs. I was like, it's a bit of a nightmare, but we got it done, and that's it.
And then George got in the band through you.
Yeah, I went to school with George, but we was in different friendship groups like in school, but then we'd done the same college course.
Right.
So then we became close, and ever since college, me and him have been playing like drums and bass like together. We get quite tight now, don't we? Because we've been playing together for so long. So I got him into the band, and then so it was just us 4 for a while, and then
so life sort of got in the way. Like that was this all happened before we went to uni.
Right.
And then, you know, we all sort of separated for a bit. Like, we were still gigging.
Yeah.
Like, it was weird.
Was that as Lucettas? Is it always been?
It's always been Lucettas.
Where's that come from?
Funny story. Mad story, to be fair.
Yeah, this is
You've really quiet down now. If that's not funny or mad story, we're going to be...
This is bizarre. It's freaky.
This is like a freaky,
it's a freaky
story, right? So, I named the band before I met Sam. I just want to preface this with that. So, I was reading a book for my English literature class called The Mayor of Casterbridge by Thomas Hardy.
Right.
So, me and John, who was in the band at the time, I was like, we need a name. And I just came up with an idea. Pick up a random book off my bookshelf, go through it, close your eyes, whatever word that is, that's on the list, you know what I mean? So I was like flicking through this Mayor of Casterbridge, close my eyes, boom, Lucetta. I was like, we'll just be called the Lucettas then. That was it.
Right.
That was it. So anyway, we're gigging, me and John, the Lucettas, just 2 acoustic guitars and vocals. And when Sam got in the band, we realised a few years later, after Googling the word Lucetta, it said Lucetta Templeman. And the character, and that's Sam's surname.
Yeah.
And the character in the book is called Lucetta Templeman. And I'd never even knew he existed.
So you called the Lucettas off, like, based on my name before I even knew who it was. So
That's mad.
How weird is that?
That's weird.
But it's quite a rare surname as well. It's not like Smith or whatever.
It's like it was meant to be.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Well, yeah, there you go.
Yeah, so that's a funny story there.
Yeah.
And then, Lloyd's only got into the band sort of at the start of this first sort of album that we're doing, like the comeback. So he's like been involved from the bottom up with the first record. But you knew Lloyd, didn't you?
Yeah, we went to college with Lloyd as well. I think because it was the 3 of us and we was doing pretty well, right in terms of writing. Yeah. And when we started gigging, we was like, okay, we can't really hide with just bass, drums, and rhythm guitar. We need like guitarists in.
Totally.
So we got Lloyd to help us out. It wasn't really like we wasn't really sure like what we was gonna do. But then after doing a couple of gigs with Lloyd, we realised like the kid's like
he's
insane.
mustard.
He's so good.
Yeah,
so we was like just ask him like to get him in the band.
Totally.
And it's just made a world of difference getting him in.
He's
100%.
And it's good. It's good to be like a 4-piece again.
Yeah.
It's good to have that sort of, and it's good for me as well because I'm not really a good musician.
Right.
Like I don't really know what I'm doing in terms of like somebody who's like classically trained.
Like theory.
I know nothing.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
I can play the chords, but I can't really tell you what I'm doing. But I can do it just as good as somebody who can tell you what they're doing as well.
Right,
Do you know what I mean? But Sam, George, and Lloyd, they're like creme de la creme in my opinion. So like to be around them in terms of like the music and stuff is really good for my songwriting.
Right.
And like just the band in general, innit? Really.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, because George and Lloyd, because obviously I'm drums, so I know a bit, but not as much as them two. So they're the ones that always just like put the theory behind it to like make it work. So it's just them two having them two together because they're quite like switched on with that sort of stuff.
But also because Sam and George have been playing together since like. Well, we've all been playing together since we were babies, but you carried on because they went to uni together.
Yeah, I was going to say, you went to Nottingham. Where did you guys go?
I went University of Essex. Me, George and Lloyd all went there.
Right.
Yes, I've known Lloyd and George. Well, I've known George longer, but we've been friends like since we were like 17.
Oh, okay.
Me, George and Lloyd. So, but yeah, I didn't really speak to Lloyd for like ages since we left uni. But then, just found out he still plays guitar and that, getting him in, and then just definitely made the right call, I think.
But the nature of your course is that you're playing all the time.
Yeah, 100%.
So it's like, although I wasn't there, they were practicing all the time, getting tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter.
Yeah.
So the rhythm section in our band is super tight, in my opinion, anyway. But yeah.
So what were you doing after?
A few dodgy ones here and there, but overall it's all right. Not too bad. Yeah.
So were you still doing music up in Nottingham then?
Yeah, I was writing all the time.
Right.
The only time I stopped writing is when I broke my wrist, which is a stupid story. Stupid story.
Go on.
Anyone who knows Nottingham knows a club called Ocean.
Right.
And it's like Ocean. It was Ocean Wednesday for me, and basically you fancy dress every week.
Okay.
So I was wearing like this big sort of long like Lilo and Stitch hula skirt.
Lovely. Yeah.
With like I don't know if I was topless or I was in like a string vest or
coconut.
So anyway, I lost my friends. They went back to the house and I had to get a cab back on my own. But for some reason the cabbie couldn't find where I was living. So I just said, I'm near enough, so just drop me off here or whatever. But it was freezing cold in the winter, so I was like, I'm going to run like it'll warm me up. So I started running back, and as I was running, the hula skirt got caught underneath my shoe.
Oh no!
Went straight out like that, broke both my wrists.
Both of them. Oh,
you weren't doing anything, are you?
Yeah, exactly. No fancy dress anymore. Yeah.
So yeah, I was still like writing lyrics and stuff, but in terms of my guitar playing, it stopped then. But yeah, at uni we still had gigs as the Lucettas, but we'd be practicing sort of separately.
Yeah.
Because we were still doing covers and stuff back then. So we were practicing separately, then joined together.
Right.
And it was sort of a bit odd. Like we had no right to be doing gigs again, but as I said, ignorance is bliss at the time.
Yeah. It's all experience as well, isn't it?
Yeah. Totally. But yeah, we got stuck in. We threw ourselves at the deep end when we shouldn't have done it really. But it served us well.
We had to do like 2 days, like 2 9-hour days back to back. So we do like a Wednesday and a Thursday and have a gig on Friday. But that's when we was doing covers as well. So we had to do like an hour and a half set, and we haven't even practiced. And obviously, like some people bit every now and then just don't like learn a few parts and that, but not naming any names. But you, I'm joking. But that's what I mean. You just got to crack on sometimes, and you just see what happens.
It's a lot of songs as well.
Hour and a half's a long set.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It was all covers. So, but I think that ship sailed with covers. We don't really want to do them ever again, really.
No, not unless it's like special occasions.
Like the odd one.
I think we like doing covers if we're going to like record them and put them out as a video. But in terms of like live performance, it just doesn't float my boat anymore. Really.
Well, you guys have got a full set list, though, haven't you? You weren't like exactly because I remember at the gig in Chelmsford, I said to you, right, I need you guys to write down your set list so we know what we're doing with the recording, with the mixing, and also the video. Yeah. You guys were like bang, 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 right? You had like 10 tracks easy. Yeah. So you've got to be like a good library of tracks there for you guys to perform your own original stuff anyway. Well,
like we've recorded our first album, but we pretty much finished the second one, aren't we? Really?
Yeah, we've got. I'll tell you what the worst one was when, like, during lockdown, when we was like constantly writing, and we came back after lockdown for the first. You know, you could like practice in your garden, like you could meet up in gardens like all the 6. So we was doing that, and then we had this list, and I think we had about like 30 to 40 tracks.
That's what we do.
And we've literally just that's what we do. We just like whittled it down to like 12 for the first album.
Right.
So that was, and we're kind of doing that again now. So it's just like we've got a lot, but some of them are halfly done, but the few of them are ready to go now. I think, like, even playing live.
We write so much. I think our theory is like get as many songs as possible and choose the best ones.
Yeah, of course.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Where like you can dwell on a song and go over and over and over it. We're just sort of like, we'll just crack them out and just choose the best ones at the end.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think that's worked for us anyway.
Yeah, we've got them recorded as well, so we could just revisit like what was it for the first. There's been ones we could put the first album. He's like, no, we get rid of that. But I think like we think actually that one could be a good like second album track. So I think we're revisiting that again now. So it's good that we've like had the it's just like thank God for iPhones and all that. So like just basically keep it out
all the time. Thank God for technology.
Recording.
If I was like a musician in like the 60s, I wouldn't even make it on stage because I would just forget everything. Yeah, totally would.
Yeah, mate, 100%. It makes a world of difference, doesn't it?
It does. And there's like stuff we go for our WhatsApp group. It's like, there's like a 4.5 minute video. Click on that. It's like, I forgot about that song.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like,
do you ever open up the WhatsApp group and see the size of how much memory the WhatsApp chat takes up?
My phone is dying slowly.
Yeah,
like, please.
Every now and then I have to go through the chat just to delete. Just delete. Just so many like just voice notes from everyone of like different riffs, just so I can like save some pictures on my phone. It's
true.
You'd be surprised how much memory it takes up.
Here's a question. Sorry.
Go on. Go on.
If, like out of all the bands in the world, whose WhatsApp group chat would you like to sort of sneakily invade?
Oh, that's a good one.
It's
maybe we should switch.
Yeah, maybe we should.
Who would you go for?
No, I'm trying to think.
Just someone. It'd have to be someone really out there.
Yeah. Like, who do you think has got the most, like, sort of hidden material?
Little Mix.
That's the thing. I was just thinking, like, Arctic Monkeys, Foo Fighters at the moment, but Arctic Monkeys, like, like a big band, thinking, like, they'll be quite out there, but maybe the pop groups, like One Direction, that must be quite...
Not anymore, I bet.
Not anymore,
like
maybe
desolate
back in the day.
now.
Or just like a band that you know,
but
just
you mean like,
doing
do you mean
drugs.
like gossip and stuff?
Yeah,
I'm talking about like
anything.
Material.
Like Arctic Monkeys for me then, easily, hands down.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about yourself?
You know, I'm not far off where you are with the Arctic Monkeys, to be honest.
Well, like as soon as like the Oasis reunion comes out at some point,
it will
do you
come
think
out.
It will?
I reckon it will.
Yeah.
Liam's like the olive branch, isn't it? Like,
we saw him at Nebworth the other day.
Yeah.
that was big.
Oh,
that
crowd,
crowd, awesome.
Yeah.
So good.
That was the day before the festival as well, wasn't it? So we woke up next morning, was like that weekend was just ridiculous for music for us.
We had a great weekend.
We had a music video on the Thursday, Liam Gallagher on the Friday,
yeah.
the festival on Saturday, and then we was recording down the road on Sunday.
Oh wow!
But after I got my drums done for that, I was like having a nap on the floor because I was just completely done. Literally, too much music for me. But no, it was good.
Well, should we talk about your new single then? Because it's coming out on the 1st of July. Do you want to tell the watchers and the listeners?
No. Matt, what's it called?
Oh, don't be like that.
I'm gonna.
Syracuse.
Yeah, that's all right. That's not bad.
So you don't stitch me up.
Yeah.
You got lucky there.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. It's
pretty
not
much
bad.
from the
Have I said it right though? Because I did worry about the pronunciation of it.
Do you want to know something? It's a made up word, so you can say it however you want. There's no pronunciation.
Fucking hell, I was stressing out about that. Bastard.
Yeah, we say Syracuse, but Syracuse, whatever you want to say.
Yeah, I think we say Syracuse because of the accent, but I've heard Syracuse.
Yeah, but I'm from Chelmsford as well.
Yeah,
we're all
yeah.
from.
Yeah. But do you know what? Like the Lucettas is like that as well, to be honest, because it's like some people say the Lucettas.
The Lucettas.
The Lucettas, yeah.
Silly sausage.
Yeah. Like, do you know what I mean? But maybe that's our thing. Just like,
maybe. Yeah.
No, it's always
words.
Lucettas. It's almost like it's Italian.
Yeah,
thing, right?
so it should be Lucetta. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't
can't
speak
do the
Italian, by the way. Like, just yeah.
I honestly, when I was trying to think about where the name had come from, I almost thought it might be some Italian heritage.
Well, it does mean. I think it means like little lights or something in Italian.
There you go. Then
So it is an Italian word, but yeah, that wasn't what I was chosen.
fair enough. Anyway, tell us about your single.
So Syracuse, like the origin of it was what Sam was saying earlier about writing songs in the garden.
Yeah.
It was sort of like when we couldn't meet indoors. So I had like the chorus, and I think like George had the bass line that we use on the verses. But George he kept banging on about wanting to include the word Sirocco or Sirocco.
I think Syracuse. He's like reading he reads all these like books and that, doesn't he, about mythology and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it was like a name of like one of the gods. I don't know.
No, I don't. I think
like
it's a Mediterranean storm or something.
Oh yeah, it was something to do
some
with
sort
that.
of storm.
Right. And then you basically mispronounce the words. It's Syracuse.
Yeah, because I'd like George was saying he wanted to include the word Sirocco, and I went away and wrote the lyrics, but it just didn't feel. It didn't feel natural to say Sirocco or Sirocco, but it just like Syracuse. It just sounded like natural to me.
Right.
So I went back to them. They were like, "Yeah, like just keep it." So we just made up the word basically.
Just ran with it.
Means nothing. So you can say it how you want.
Yeah.
Can you make your own interpretation of it?
Do your own like definition, whatever you want.
Yeah.
Whatever you want.
I'm looking forward to getting this one out because unlike our first two, it's a lot more like upbeat.
I think it shows like a different
side. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the other two, like they've been like we've like enjoyed like playing them, releasing them, that. But I think this one's like now it's like okay, time to switch up a little bit.
Yeah.
And I think
because like Counting on Me is like a bit of a pop song.
Yeah. When did that come out? That's been a while, isn't it?
6 months ago.
Yeah.
So it's been a while.
Like 3rd of December, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Been a while, but you know, our own pace. We'll see.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
We'll see.
What do you think? Go on, mate.
No, go on.
No, go on.
You're the. I've forgotten now.
You've forgotten. Brilliant. I was going to say, because you've got the Arsenal there behind you, you've got so many tracks you can release as and when you want to anyway.
Yeah.
So
Do you know what it is as well, Matt? It's like, and this is something that you know yourself and loads of other bands that are trying to like do what we're doing, is that, you know, if you put out stuff too early, it can fall on like deaf ears.
Right.
And timing is so important, like for anything. And like, I think our philosophy when we've like had this sort of resurgence in ourselves, like we want to make sure everything's done like in a way where we give ourselves the best opportunity to do well with the songs that we're doing. Because I think like before, when we were kids, like when we were younger, like 16, 17, whatever, we'd make an EP, like get it back and record and release it the day after and be like, someone's going to find this, we're going to like be the next big thing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're like, now we're a bit more wise and like we sort of have a bit more of awareness of like the way the world works. We know that we need to give ourselves the best opportunity to be heard by people, and the best way to do that is like through stuff like this, through like building social media, through all that sort of stuff, and releasing it at the time where you think, you know, we might get a little bit more traction on this than we did the last one. Do you know what I mean?
What makes you decide that? What are the factors that go into that? Write them down as we go along.
I don't know. I think you just like, without sounding too sort of like wanky, like you have the feeling yourself like when it's time. I think a lot of it as well is like when you're bored of only having X amount of songs out, when you want a new song out, that's a big part of it. But also like when the gigs, like when we have like season ticket holders at the shows that like come to like every show, you know, and they're like, when's that one coming out? Do you know what I mean? When's that one coming out? Then you sort of like know that like there's a little bit of a demand for that tune. Mm-hmm. That's how we've been doing it anyway.
Well, you guys are gigging a lot, and you're gigging all over as well, because you've got the one coming. How did the Liverpool one? How did you decide on Liverpool?
Well, we've always
it's the same thing as like done Nottingham, and I was like, well, where do you want to play next? And obviously Liverpool's music scene just ridiculous, as everyone knows. But I was like, because obviously getting gigs and that, I've been like so bad. I've been like basically messaging people to get gigs, but obviously I just no like response or anything. So I was like, all right. And I was like, just looking around Liverpool, and that obviously you see the Cavern Club, you think it's a bit. I don't know, it's going to be a bit hard to like, get in there. See a place called Zanzibar, so I was like, just message them, see what happens. Within like, I don't know, like a day, I got an email back saying, send us your stuff. Send them over it, and they're like, yeah, can you play on the 28th? And it was literally just that instant. I was like,
wow.
All right, sweet, there you go then. So obviously they've looked and seen like social media and thought, not too bad.
Did you try the Cavern Club?
Well, I looked into it, but it was just like, they've got so many different like ways of booking it. And it's just, they had this like group that I looked at, I was like, oh, I'll go for them. And they said like their last gig's on like the 2nd of May, like they're not a company anymore, some stuff like that. So I was just like, oh, whatever. But apparently the Zanzibar is a really good music venue as well.
Looking forward to
I think they've got like a big digital screen behind the stage, and they can put your logo on that. And also makes better, we ain't got to bring any equipment as well. We just basically massive. Especially with them like 230 odd miles away. Like I'm looking forward to that one. It'll be good. Bank holiday Sunday as well. So I think when you say that to your mates and that, fancy Liverpool Bank holiday Sunday.
Oh yeah,
100%.
Weekend away.
Trying to get Airbnb for like 15 of us now. I think so. It's just going to be. But no, I'm looking forward to it. It'll be really good. It'll be a good one. Yeah.
It goes back to what I was saying earlier. Like we just want to do what we want to do. We want to play where we want to play. We don't care if there's 2 people or 2,000 people or 200,000 people. We just want to go and play where we want to play.
Yeah.
Like we've lost that sort of inhibition.
Have you said no to any gigs then? You said like wait. You said wait.
To be honest, no, we're like yes men.
Yeah,
we are yes men.
And thank God for that.
Yeah.
we are yes men.
Here we are. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Do you ever look at a gig though and think it's not us?
I think we learned. I think we learned a little bit about it, like because now there's a few gigs we think we'll like have second thoughts in it, because
they're usually ones that we've given a go in the
first
that's
place.
what
we've given it a go. But
do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like initially we're yes men, but you learn when you do the show, it might not do.
What's your thoughts on? It's something we touched on last time I was here. We're going to play like the London gigs.
To be honest, we've spent a lot of time in London over the last year, like doing gigs, doing shows. I think if you want to make money, don't do London. But if you want to play music, do London. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
For us, we're not interested in money. We're not at all. Like there's not much money in music anyway. But we just want to play regularly. I think the promoters can be a bit harsh in London because, and obviously this is quite political, it's my opinion. It's like you get they would like demand you to bring all these people, X amount of people. You'll sort of do like a deal of like how many people you're supposed to bring in through the door at that time, and you might get like 50p of every ticket that you bring in.
Right.
They keep all the money and all the bar money.
Up to like 10 tickets. As soon as it gets to 10 tickets, you get 70p.
Totally. And I think as well, which is really what we've struggled with a few times working in London, is that they have like a exclusivity thing.
Right.
Where they don't want you to play anywhere in London 2 weeks before.
Oh, I see.
And they don't want you to play anywhere in London 2 weeks after. And I understand from a business perspective why they do that for themselves. But it's quite selfish for the bands because, you know, you might have like a brilliant opportunity here. Like when you're a band like us, we just want to play. It's like if we did it that way, you know, that's like 1 gig a month. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, 2 weeks.
It's not really fair. And these promoters, they can promote as many shows as they like on a weekend with as many bands as they like. So but we can only play 1 a month.
Yeah, it's a bit.
So it's a little bit. I think something needs to change there. In the London scene.
Do you think that's where just bands or artists just go yes and just agree with it? If everyone starts saying no, we're not doing that, then they'd change it.
You know, well, the power's with the people, as they say. So it would change, but I can't really see many people like that because
they want the
if
gig.
you say no, they'll go to somebody else. They'll just go, all right, see you later. And what they'll do is, we've gone through this when we were 16, 17. They'll get a young band, 16, 17, and like, you got to sell them tickets, you got to sell them tickets, you got to sell them tickets.
Yeah.
they don't like really care about the quality or like they'll have a band playing who's like 10 years experience down the line and a band that's just started. And if the band just started, sells more tickets than the band that's been playing down the line, boom, they're on top of the bill.
Oh wow!
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's all about that.
Yeah.
It's all about that. But there's a lot that can be changed. But obviously, you know,
if you was going to take one thing in the whole music industry from what you've seen so far, what would you change? You can't answer with the tickets from what you just mentioned.
Okay. What would I change?
We're coming to you next as well, so.
Okay. The whole music industry or the live industry?
Up to you. I'll tell you what, I'll go whole industry, live industry.
Oh, God, put me on the
Just
spot.
to really narrow it down for yourself.
The whole industry is that.
Then we're going to go promoter industry as well.
Yeah.
Great.
There you go.
The whole industry is, I don't think there's enough people scouting.
Okay.
I think, in my opinion, that a lot of the people that are in positions of power wait until you're already good enough to take you on.
Yeah.
Where, you know, you hear the story of Alan McGee or whatever going to a club in Glasgow and finding Oasis. Like, you don't really hear them stories anymore. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't really, do you? You only hear like, oh, this band that I've been following on Instagram for 5 years and listened to all their tunes, they've just been signed.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
After they've worked their ass off to get to Isle of Wight, play a small stage at Glastonbury.
Exactly. And I think there should be more of them stories. There should be more of, oh, my favourite band was found in this pub, let's go and have a beer in there. Do you know what I mean? You don't really get that anymore.
No.
The fairy tale.
Yeah, the fairy tale. And then, like, it's obviously, you know, naive to say, but I'd like to bring a bit of that back, really. A bit of, like, rawness to the stuff.
Where does that sit, though? Because that would sit with the record labels and that, wouldn't it? Because, I mean, obviously, the way in which I see the industry is obviously going to be different to the way that you three see it. And for me, I obviously am lucky enough to get the music that all of you lot send and all the other artists and all that. So the best I do is I get the music, I like it, I play it, goes out on the radio, and that's what I can do to sort of try and help people. But what is that next level? Who's the person with the keys to the fairy tale?
It's difficult to say. It's really, really difficult to say. But, you know, what's that old like saying that if a tree falls in the forest,
does anyone hear it?
Does anyone hear it? If a band plays a gig, does anyone know if they didn't put it on Instagram the day after?
Well, it's like anything. That isn't gigging. That's life, isn't it?
But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like we need people there at the shows. You know, people that are in the industry to be like, you know, you boys are like wicked. Let's take you on.
Do you think that's where we're all from Chelmsford? Chelmsford's maybe music scene isn't as strong as Liverpool, Manchester, Nottingham, Sheffield.
I think
which is where these big brand companies like labels are mostly based.
It's culture. I think it's culture of the area.
100%.
Like, you know, Liverpool where we're playing, I feel like Scousers really get behind their own.
Yeah, they do.
Do you know what I mean? They have that sort of football culture.
Same as the Manx,
Manchester's the same. They have that music culture. They have, you know, anywhere sort of regional, they get behind their own. I think in our sort of southern part of the country, we don't tend to have that culture at the same time.
I've started to see it more in Southend.
People there.
Yes. Southend is probably like the one. But in terms of London, Essex, there's not one sort of place. It's like
if it was, like, the music scene would be incredible if it was.
100%.
And I think, you know, this is where like people like us and people like yourself and other bands and you and like, we need to create a culture ourselves. And this is what you are doing and you are trying to do. Do you know what I mean? And it's really good. I'm really enjoying seeing it because it is developing this culture.
Yeah.
Because can you imagine? As you say, there's so much talent around. You know, it's London and Essex. So much talent, and we're just as good. You know, if not better, as the bands from Manchester or the bands from Liverpool or the bands here. But we might not get the same sort of exposure because, you know, it's like, for example, like we saw Pastel at Nebworth. Brilliant band, like great band. But this is a band that have been given an opportunity by Liam Gallagher because, you know, they're from the same area. Like he made sure he's on the bill. Right. Do you know what I mean? So there's like that sort of like those that have done it will help those that are like on their way up because they're from the same place, from the same area. Comes to culture, I think. But that also comes to the big labels getting involved because they're like, oh, these boys have sold 100 tickets in like 10 minutes. That's because, you know, there's a scene. There's a scene. but that's something we can all work on together. You know?
I think it's all about trying to help each other out, isn't it? I've said,
Totally.
is that what you were about to say?
Yeah, it was, yeah.
I say it all the time, and it's probably bore people with it, but we all try and help each other out. You guys help me by coming to do the gig. You're helping me by doing this, among other things. And I try and help the bands and the artists that are submitting music to me to try and give them a bit of a platform. So it's all about trying to help each other. So we're trying to develop a culture here.
That is it.
But what we are going to do now, right? You can ask your question to Sam in a second, but we need to have a break.
You got lucky there.
No, you're still going to get your time.
He's saving himself.
You're still going to get your time. We're going to have a
mate.
quick break, right? But we will be back for section 3.
Unsigned with Matt Wherry.
Unsigned with Matt Wherry.
Hi guys, welcome to the podcast. If you're an unsigned band or artist and you would like to get your music on the radio, go to our website, unsignedmusic.uk. There's a little icon on there saying submit your music. Go on there, submit your music, and you could be on one of our partner channels, as you can see here. You could be on there as early as next Sunday. So go and do that and we will listen to your music and hopefully you'll be on the radio.
Unsigned with Matt Wherry.
Unsigned with Matt Wherry.
Welcome back to the Unsigned podcast, section 3 with Lucettas. And there was a quote. We're going to get onto your dream gig in a minute. So we changed this section from when you were on a bit.
Oh, okay.
Because I think it's similar.
Well, it was
concept.
a month ago, so
yeah, I
I'll
know.
give you that one.
It was a similar concept, but I've changed it ever so slightly. So we're going to go through that shortly. But you had a question for Sam first.
Oh, I did.
What would you change in the live? There we are.
The live part of the music industry. If you could just take an axe.
The live part, okay.
And get
What I
rid of
would
it.
say is it's kind of going like similar sort of thing what Tom said about the promoter side of it, but obviously as your band starting out, a lot of these venues in London, you need to have a promoter to get the gig. So if I had to change one thing, I would say just have more like kind of like open mic, like showcase nights, you know what I mean? Because it's just so hard. Like obviously I've been, because when Tom's been getting us gigs and that, it's been like Lucettas stuff. But when you get just like on my account or something, they kind of just like bait off and you say if you want to play, you got to get in with a promoter and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of ones in Essex that are quite like, you get a lot of venues in Essex that are like heavily based on like promoters and stuff like that. Obviously you got London as well, but I don't know, we found London to get in like easier than Essex.
Yeah, I think a lot of the promotion companies have residencies as well.
Yeah.
So like for example what we did in Nottingham in terms of like getting a venue ourselves and doing it, I think it'd be harder to do that in London.
Yeah, definitely.
And also a lot braver, I think, because the money in London is a bit higher.
Yeah.
There's a lot of these venues in London as well, like the promotion company will pay to like put on a night and they say they don't really like care what they make at the bar, but a lot of the venues we've done, they say you can have the venue, but like as long as you bring people here, like so they can make money back off the bar and stuff like that. Like make it. That's what Hotbox are doing in Chelmsford. That's what we really like about the venue.
It's really refreshing that they're doing what they're doing.
Because they'll get bands in without promoter, but they want to kind of have like assurance that they're going to bring people. You know what I mean? So I think that's a good way of doing it. But like I said, like you need to make sure you. But like I said, like band starting out, I think we kind of need more of them like sort of showcase nights, like open mic nights. It's one thing I've changed. Yeah, easier access to the
Where would
venues,
you put that on, right? We obviously talked about us like all sort of being from Chelmsford, but any city, doesn't matter where in the country you are. But so as an example for us, where would you put a showcase on? If you were looking at it as an example of Unsigned and the Lucettas present the showcase of of Chelmsford or whatever, where would you put it on?
Well, personally, I'd always, if I was going to do a night like that, I'd do a venue that actually specialises in music, because you've got like sort of the setup and the foundation there. Yeah. And it's like, it's not their first rodeo, you know what I mean? They know, they have everything there, and that sort of takes away pressure. And especially if you're doing a showcase, there'll be multiple bands on a bill. It's like quick turnaround, share of equipment, etc. And also, I don't know, there's just like a vibe to that, isn't there? Yeah. Like it feels like a music place. Yeah. Personally, I feel anywhere like that. But Hotbox is brilliant.
If you were going to use that as an example, though, so with like not just Hotbox, any venue in any city around the country, they're going to take up to a certain point. Because when I've arranged the event so far, it's been a case you take the door and then we'll take the bar. If it's a similar setup for that, then you're laughing, aren't you? But then if you're doing a showcase and you're bringing 5, how many? If a battle of the bands sort of thing, how many bands are usually there on a battle of the bands?
4, 5.
4, 5. So we had 4 at our gig, didn't we? But if you said 5 for argument's sake, your place like Hotbox, 70 people, 80 people venue? You're hoping that everyone's bringing at least, 10, 12?
Very true.
Battle of the Bands, the crowd play a part in who wins.
Yeah.
So with the cheer if you want Lucettas to win, that side of things. So you're going to bring more people.
Yeah, I suppose.
Actually, with you.
Be interesting. I've never been to one of them, not because first of all, I don't perform, and I've not actually seen them knocking around anywhere.
Yeah.
But it'd be interesting to go to one.
We won one, didn't we?
Yeah.
When we were
Was that
16.
It's back in like 2014, I think it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
It was the Roundhouse. Yeah.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah.
In
Big place to win one.
Wow.
No, it weren't the one in London.
Oh no,
the
Dagenham, yeah.
Dagenham.
Yeah, it's a big pub, so yeah.
But no, it was really good because they put on a festival. I think it's Victoria Park. Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't know if that is. But yeah, they put on a festival, which was pretty cool.
Oh,
Should have seen for like a festival like that. The size of the stage was absolutely massive.
It was
it was like festival standard,
Yeah.
like big ramp to get up there. It was just like it's the maddest thing ever.
But we were like 16, 17, loving it. Yeah.
Yeah, it was really good.
That was a good experience. How are you thinking of doing a battles band?
No, I'm not, I'm just thinking. To be honest with you, I'm looking for ideas for the next
I think
step.
it's a good idea.
So like, I'll tell you. If I haven't told you already, I'll tell you what the immediate plans are after we've been on the pod, because I can't announce it yet. But after that, I want to get back into doing events again. And I've spoken to venues that we've mentioned on this about trying to get something set up, which I'd love to go and do. But I'm just trying to decide what the next step is, because I really enjoyed that after the anxiety's cleared. I really enjoyed doing the events, and I think that we put on a pretty good show. And I certainly learned things from the first to the second event. And again, the people I'd work with again and all that sort of stuff. So I feel like I've got a good circle of people around me to put on good events. It's just where and when.
Yeah, I think if you're not looking to do like venues that are established as music venues, like I would personally say that like rooms that are a little bit tighter, a little bit smaller, and have like no one sitting down. Do you know what I mean? Have like encourage that sort of music venue
gig
vibe.
feeling.
I think I would have to, if I was doing, as and when the time comes to do another event, I'll be using a specific music venue. Because I learnt my lesson in regards to equipment costs. That was the main killer for us.
I mean, you've seen a side of that I don't know anything about it.
Right.
Anything
it was a I'll tell you about it after. it was a bit sobering. Right, so what we're going to do, we're going to get onto your dream gig. So essentially this feature is a case of just going through what you would have if you were selecting loads of different elements to your dream gig. What would you be doing, right? So your first one is you have got a headliner, a main support and an opener. And I'd like you to select, you're in the lineup, you need to select at what point and who your support is going to be and your opener. Or if you're not headlining, who's headlining?
Oh, we're headlining.
Silly question.
Without a doubt, we're headlining. What do you want to do?
They can be people that you've worked with before, like you mentioned Casino earlier on.
He's a good lad.
Or it can be, Gallagher or whoever.
I think we got to go for the big dogs.
Yeah, I reckon so as well.
Supporting us.
Yeah.
Who will give like a good energy?
I don't know. Well, to be fair, like I know you see him last week, never, but Kasabian or something like that. That's ridiculous.
With Peter Crouch.
As long as Peter Crouch is there, 100%, he's got to be there.
Bring him on.
That's a tough question, though, isn't it?
Well, we're headlining. Do you want to choose one and I'll choose the other?
What? So we're headlining, yeah.
We're headlining.
So who's opening for the Lucettas at whatever venue? We'll get onto that after.
This is tough.
This is tough, There's like literally so many bands out running from
so many good bands, yeah.
Do you remember who you said? Who did you say on yours?
I think we had Biffy Clyro.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Biffy, yeah.
Muse, maybe.
Yeah.
Or do we have the Who or something? It was
I
someone
can't
like
remember
that.
now.
I think you've got to go for the Who, mate.
Yeah, but
you've got to go for the Who.
I know that.
Can it be like past and present?
Yeah. The Who.
So they can't be like the Who. They can be they don't have to be the Who from now. They can be like.
They could be the Who when people wondered who they were.
I still won't follow the Who now.
Well,
I'm not singing after Roger Daltrey.
No, we'll go before then. They can headline. We'll go before.
No, I'm headlining.
Oh, wow, okay. Fair enough then.
I reckon who'd be good. Do you know what I'd really like? I'd really like. It's another great voice. I don't know if I could sing after him either, but I'd really like Richard Ashcroft or the Verve.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
If the Verve came back,
yeah,
that'd be incredible.
I'll tell you, would be a good opener as well.
Go on.
Arctic Monkey, first album, Arctic Monkeys.
First album, yeah.
The first album, Arctic Monkeys.
That's the thing. You want to get people going.
Yeah.
I feel like start like lively.
Yeah.
Then go like a little bit more melodic.
Like the Verve. We've got like the ballads and all that. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
And then we'll go.
Yeah. Yeah, I reckon.
We'll mix it up.
That's a quality lineup.
So I'd say, Arctic Monkeys' first album, Arctic Monkeys.
Yeah, but they only do the first record.
Yeah, they only do the first record, yeah. And they still look about 7 as well. That's literally the rules, yeah.
They got the old bass player.
Yeah, the old bass player, the big lad, yeah. Yeah, definitely.
That is a bit of a mad lineup.
That is a mad, yeah.
It's not the maddest we've had. I think we've had Kanye, Eminem.
Oh no!
So we've talked earlier a little bit about venues versus festivals.
Yeah.
So where would be your dream venue or festival?
There's only one venue for me.
Yeah, I think we're the same one, isn't it?
I don't know.
1, 2, 3.
Brixton.
Oh no, that's not what I was going to
Is
say.
that what you're going to say?
No. I was going to say Highlands Park headline. Chelmsford.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
I think that's a Chelmsford
Yeah.
festival.
He did say inside and outside, didn't you?
Yeah, so you got to choose out of the two, but yeah.
Oh right, okay.
So you go. What are you going like? Fee festival from?
like Highlands
Yeah,
Park.
I'm like doing a Nebworth at
Yeah,
Highlands.
Highlands.
That's what I'm doing.
Yeah,
That
we
is-
literally just we've always spoke about it, but maybe like if that was happened one day, I'd literally be like, get the slippers out, retire. Like, it'd be one of them ones. Like,
But do you know what would make that a good gig?
Go on.
Is everyone would be there.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And the party after would be crazy.
We'll get on to that.
Yeah.
We'll get on to that.
100%.
Highlands Park. Yeah, I think Fee Fest. I was at Fee Fest when Eminem was there with Rihanna.
That was big.
yeah.
That was busy.
That
as
was
well.
the big. That was the big one,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
I went to that as well.
Yeah,
Quality,
I think so many people were there.
Yeah.
I think the first one I ever went to was when Pulp headlined, which
Oh,
was
right. Oh, nice.
V96. I was
Yeah.
9 years old.
That's
It was
two.
interesting to see how like
It's
these
changed.
lineups
Oh,
moved
mate.
from
Yeah.
like indie rock over to like Britpop stuff into like just pop
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
over the years. Because didn't Oasis break up there at one
Yeah,
point?
they done the first night. Where was it? Where's the other one? Like Stafford.
Staffordshire.
Yeah,
Western
Staffordshire.
Park.
Yeah, that's the
isn't
one.
it?
And then they split up with Chelmsford. But
There we go.
Yeah, it's mad.
Cursed.
But to be fair, like you say, if we're going to the other, like we talking about the inside venue, for me, it's just got to be Brixton. I love that venue so much. Like,
Yeah.
just if it's even like just the fullback playing there,
Yeah, I
like
can't
one,
argue
like
with you there.
that's literally be like a dream for me, like doing that.
Who's the best artist you've seen at Brixton?
Oh god, so I think between DMAs and Jerry Cinnamon.
Oh,
I think
really?
DMAs was honestly that was like ridiculous, that gig, because obviously that was I don't know if it was had something to play with it, but no, it probably did. To be fair, it was like 2 weeks before COVID.
Right.
So that was the last, and obviously after you see a gig, like buzzing for like weeks and then listen to music, and then COVID happened, and then just found myself just like, what do I do now? Like kind of thing. Just like that night was so good, right? But I love Brixton so much. It's like the best venue for me,
Yeah, Brixton is mad.
100%.
Nice. Right. Not that it's a far gig for you, right?
Yeah.
But how would you travel to the gig? Bearing in mind you ran the court. You still both in Chelmsford?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not far. But
You know
how
what?
would you travel to the gig?
I'd get a lift to the gates and I'd walk. That's what I'd do.
What, to Highlands?
What to the
Yeah.
White Gates?
I'd get a lift to the gates, the entrance of Highland. I'd just walk through.
Yeah.
I think it'd be
Lift into like Paradise Park and walk up that little track.
Yeah.
But
I
do you know
think-
what? I'd walk through the people as well.
Yeah.
I'd be in the crowd seeing the support acts.
I think it'd be quite humbling to stay at my mum's house and get her to give me a lift in as well. I think that would be like quite a nice little touch as well. But like go back to mum's after, like the old bedroom. Hopefully I should be moved out by then, but if it ever happens, but you just don't know, do you? But
Yeah, I think I'd do that actually.
got to
Yeah.
be done. Yeah,
I'd like to get like a taste for the
atmosphere.
atmosphere.
yeah,
You have to
definitely.
like helicopter.
And also like
round
Oh,
a bit,
but
sit- sit
helicopter,
the sides
that'd
of it,
be- that'd be
and
insane.
also obviously I want to be in the crowd for Arctic Monkeys and the verse.
Yeah, got to be
But I'd
done.
have to just not sing at all because
Yeah.
it just ruin my voice for when I was
Yeah,
going
exactly. Stand at the back.
But yeah, that's what I'd do. I'd spend the day at the festival.
Yeah, yeah.
Earlier on, you mentioned covers and that you don't do covers in your set now.
No.
But what would be your cover track if you were to pick one out that you guys would do? What would be the cover track you would choose?
Well, we are thinking about doing one
Well, for Liverpool.
for Liverpool.
Yeah, but that's like a Liverpool thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, we've done a few covers. We've actually releasing a cover this Friday as well. I think that'd be a pretty good one to do.
Yeah. When does this go out?
Yeah.
This is going to go out on Patreon on Friday and then next Monday.
Oh, come out on the
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
So we can do it.
as soon as you just drop it now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, we're releasing a cover this Friday. It's you know the band called The Manor.
Right.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
doing a cover of that. It's like because obviously they're quite like
They're like garagey. In a way,
a garagey like
sort
rap
of,
group.
Yeah.
But they released a song during lockdown, so we was like, we're just gonna
Yeah.
could do a cover of that. We can kind of sing it because it's not too like fast paced. Well,
Well,
it's
it's
fast
pretty
paced,
fast.
but it's not too like rappy for Tom. He can like sing along to it. So yeah, that comes out this Friday, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's
Drop a
one
little
we do.
teaser tomorrow, and then hopefully.
Yeah.
So yeah, it should
But I
be
mean,
good.
as I said, we do like doing covers. It just I feel like live is just a bit different.
So in theory, it's out now.
yeah, it's out
It's
now.
out right now.
Yeah.
Right now, is that one still on? I
That
don't
one's
know.
on, that
Yeah,
one's on,
cool.
and that
Yeah.
one. Straight down the barrel.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but live,
For that gig, what would we do live?
I would like to do the Verve, but I just can't follow.
It's after them.
Yeah,
Double
I can't
Verve.
follow that.
Yeah, double Verve. Yeah.
And also, I just do it so bad compared to.
Maybe they could do Bittersweet Symphony, and then get halfway through, and then we just take over, and then that would be our.
That'd be the transition.
But that's who we're going with that. We're rolling with that. I reckon. We'll do that.
Right.
Yeah, Bittersweet, because that's just like I don't know what it is. I just when that song, I always just picture like festival crowd, like sun going down and that. Like.
Had a video when he's walking down the street banging into everyone.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
I always think of the football song. The
you
Fat
see,
Les one, the Vindaloo one. So it's
Vindaloo?
It's a mock of that, isn't it?
Oh, is it?
It is, yeah.
Oh, the video is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
song,
Is that Lily Allen's dad?
Yeah.
Keith Allen.
Crazy.
Keith Allen,
And her brother was in John Wick.
No, her brother was in. Yeah,
he was.
Her brother was in Game of Thrones. He was.
Was he?
Did you watch it?
I've seen Game of Thrones. Yeah, I just don't
Who's
know.
the one? Who's the bastard child of Stark? He lost his. He got his willy cut off.
Oh, him? Is that really?
That's her
I
brother.
don't know what his name
Not
is.
in real life. Just in the. Can't remember what his name is. It'll come to me later.
But
anyway. Yeah. Right. So when you're doing your gig, we mentioned earlier about V Festival and Eminem, and he brought Rihanna out. Who would be your special guest that you guys would bring out onto stage to do a duet with?
Mate, he's
Is Sam drumming with somebody else? Like, do we choose our own thing, or are you just doing?
Guys, you adapt it as you want. The question is, who would you like to bring out to duet with at your dream gig?
I'd have to have Chad Smith from Chili's, mate. It was him and.
Or just do like a drum off.
No, just not even that. Just like play a
You
tune
just sit
with us.
down and just watch it.
Yeah, maybe you could have a front man and I'd just have another drummer.
Oh, okay,
like,
alright.
I think, or even him doing percussion. I think I'd have to have Chad Smith because him and Taylor Hawkins are the ones that got me into it. But yeah, I'd say Chad get 2 drums on one of the tracks. I reckon. Yeah, definitely.
That'd be really good.
What about front man? Go on, you choose a front man.
Oh, that's really tough.
Would you bring someone on to like contrast your voice, or would you bring someone on who's similar?
I'd just bring someone on that I really want to
Yeah.
go with. I'd be selfish.
No,
I
go
wouldn't
for
even
it.
think about it, to be honest.
It'd be like, have you ever seen Glastonbury when Arctic Monkeys brought Dizzy Rascal out?
Yeah.
Something similar to that.
Right. Yeah, it would be quite good.
To be fair, I think like get a rapper on would be decent. Like,
Yeah,
I would
it
like-
would be
dunno.
good. I'd want to sing with Roger Daltrey though. I mean, I'd do like something low in the mix and just let him take over.
belt out. Yeah.
Yeah, I just because he does like I think it's like a charity thing that he does at Royal Albert Hall.
Oh, Teenage Cancer Just.
Yeah, and he does like duets with people there. I'd just love to do that.
Yeah.
because Roger Daltrey's just the man.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the man.
Quality answers. On your gig, you can get a rider. Have you had this yet? Like special requests you get if you're going to a gig? I know you didn't get it at mine. But what would be, you can have a choice each. What would be on your rider? Special requests that you can have when you arrive at the gig? Like someone's mentioned blue M&Ms, someone's mentioned 50 puppies, I don't know. What would you have in your dressing room at the gig? Waiting for you when you get there?
Just Guinness.
Just Guinness.
Guinness. Yeah.
I'm not really.
No, I don't know. I'm trying to think. That's what I mean. As long as just there's enough, just enough alcohol for us. No, I'm joking. Sounds
bad,
sounds
doesn't it?
awful, doesn't it? No,
Yeah,
but
it
just,
sounds really
we
bad.
played to get that festival and thing, and he was like, "Yeah, we give you a free beer." I was like, "Mate, it sounds like the best deal ever, that, doesn't it?"
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I
really
can't think of because I've heard this question before. Like you say, like talking about the Eminem thing. That's just like goes back. I don't even know who said that originally. It's like.
Taking out the blue M&Ms or something
Yeah,
like
it's
that.
like, I don't know who said it
Mariah or
originally.
something.
It was like some famous like rock star. He just wanted his power play, wasn't it? But I don't know.
I'm not really
Guinness.
like that.
Nah.
Like I'm not
Just
really fussy.
Keep it simple, yeah.
And also, I don't know if I'd ask for too much anyway.
But to be honest, so far you've asked for a gig round your house, near your house,
Yeah.
and you're going to walk there. So you're not.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
exactly.
Humble.
Very humble.
Humble's the word you
Exactly.
want, yeah, humble.
But also I'd be conscious about getting too drunk, especially for that.
Depends what day was playing and if there was any like football on. I'll probably have to ask for a bit of Sky Sports or something like while we just
There
to
you go.
unwind. Yeah, there you go.
TV monitor.
A TV
There you
monitor,
go.
like West Ham are playing or something.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that's actually a really good idea.
Yeah, just like TV or just like just something to chill out because obviously just unwind before the gig. So mine would probably be just Guinness and Sky
just a
Sports.
pool table.
Pool table.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, just basically a man cave before
Yeah,
we go
just
on.
man cave.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
That's a good answer.
Yeah.
Do you drink much before the gigs?
I don't
But
know.
no, we don't. But it's not like a habit now. But I've done it recently. We just think like maybe like one or two will go on. Just but the first ones we were playing was like strictly no drink.
Yeah.
We went alright, but I don't know now. It feels like
Do you know
it's only a couple. It's only a
Do you know
couple,
what it is?
isn't it?
It's like it's just a like waiting around. And,
Oh, yeah,
But it's
definitely.
not just waiting around. It's like you're also at a gig seeing other
Yeah.
bands play.
Yeah.
So you get in the headspace like, oh, I'm having so much fun right now.
Yeah,
I just wanna,
exactly.
like, relax. And then you sort of forget that you're playing like next or whatever.
And I think now, because we're playing like quite a few gigs, we are slowly getting up on the bill, so we're there for longer. So like you you get there like 5 sound check, and you're like, we're not until like 8:30, 9. So you think just have a
And we don't really
chill out,
like being the band that turns up late, plays his show, or leaves early, do we?
No, we
like
like
to make sure we watch everybody.
Yeah,
enjoy
exactly.
So,
But if we was doing Highlands, I don't think I would not touch it till after, because
yeah,
I'd
that's the
be.
thing.
It's an anxiety thing.
Oh, yeah,
we've
100%.
done a gig before. Thankfully, it was just like one of those open mic night things where we was on last, just the way it fell on the list of people that turned up. And me and Jack, you're not on for another 2 hours. We're just sat there drinking, enjoying, watching, as you said.
Yeah.
Picks up the guitar. You don't know what you're doing with your hands,
Yeah.
and the anxiety of having knowing that I could potentially feel that again in front of friends, family,
Yeah.
bigger
Yeah.
crowd. It's just horrible.
I think there is like a sort of a balance sort of thing though. I think mine's like 1 or 2. Like that's like basically like driving limit. Like it's just
In an ideal world, I wouldn't drink before.
Yeah.
But I am only human.
it's just one of the things recently, just because like now, like you say, with a lot of waiting around, but not like stupid amounts.
Have you had a gig yet where you've been too far gone?
I was pretty drunk at a canteen, to be honest.
Could have waited to tell him after. No, not at all, mate.
Yeah.
I just remember you chatting to someone at the back.
Yeah.
I was sitting there.
I was having fun. I was enjoying.
Yeah.
I was enjoying it though. Yeah.
No, mine. I've had one, and I've had one like stinker.
Oh,
Dublin Castle.
yeah.
I got there at
We
4.
were all trolleyed actually.
I got there at 4. These lads weren't getting here till I don't know, like 6:30, 7, and I was just sat in the gig weren't even in the sound check till 7. I was just sat in there. I was like, I'll just have a couple, and then I don't know what it is. Like I think because this is not the first one back, but I think because like you say, you're a bit nervous and that, but they just go down too quick. I think before you're gonna go home, because like you're just thinking concentrating on the gig. You're not even thinking how much you're drinking. But
Worst thing is, you do that, and you got to go for a wee halfway through the gig.
oh yeah, I've had that. Yeah,
Have you stopped a gig yet to run?
No, never,
definitely not.
never. I think with me, I always like 2 minutes before we go on. I think I need to go to the toilet. But then sometimes when I don't get to the toilet, it just goes anyway, just because
The PSP is what I call it.
the PSP,
Pre-show P.
the P show.
Pre-show
Yeah, nice.
Fair enough.
I'll definitely be using that. I think nice one.
Have you guys had yet, or what would be your made it moment? Like, have you had a moment in your musical career so far where you've gone, fucking hell, we're doing it right here?
Right now.
Oh,
mate,
charmer,
nice
innit?
save, yeah.
Charmer.
Nice
Now, if you like doing a gig or whatever, and it's like when you said you've done the garden, is it a garden festival you've done at Braintree, and
Yeah,
it's like
festival in
1,500
the
people
gardens,
there?
yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like something like that where you've had a bit
You know
on
what,
stage.
like, to be honest, and it's going to sound really like cheesy and that, but anytime like a stranger that I don't know at all comes up to me or Sam or George or Lloyd and just says like, really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
That's like a bit surreal. And because we played at the festival and we just went out and enjoyed the rest of the day, and we had loads of like people that we don't know like personally. And that was a bit like, cool.
That's nice.
Yeah, it's really cool, man.
I think we've done Basement as well. Like after, in January, because we released that Count on Me in December. Then in January we played Basement, and then playing Count on Me, and then people singing it back to you. That was weird. I don't know what I was just thinking. I've never really had that before, because obviously it's been out for a month, so everyone's going to be streaming it and listening to it.
yeah.
And then when we played it live to in Chelmsford a month after, and it's fresh in everyone's mind, so everyone was singing along. I was like, that is a bit.
To be honest with you, any shows where we are getting the people through the door ourselves, like that is pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Like we played a Hotbox, and when all the lights were in the sky and stuff.
Yeah, that was good.
Those
yeah.
photos look
really
amazing.
cool.
Yeah, look really
and
cool.
people were on the shoulders and stuff like that.
Right. What a great idea that was by me. I said because obviously we're doing it because what we done in Nottingham. Tom was playing that song on his own. We walked off, but in Hotbox you can't. It's awkward walking off into the crowd and then walking back on it. So it's like we just stay here.
Yeah.
So when he's back there, I was like, you just get everyone to put their lights on, and I'll just video it. So
Yeah.
we done that from the stage, and I think it looked decent.
Yeah.
They look really cool.
But also,
Yeah.
what you say about the Hotbox thing, talking about the made it moments. Do you know that Fatboy Slim played the night before we did?
Yeah, we were talking about
Yeah.
that earlier.
Yeah, so basically he supported us, so that's another
Oh,
one.
yeah.
No, I'm joking.
Early
But-
support.
Yeah, early
Yeah.
support. Yeah, you have to be there pretty early to
Yeah.
catch him. But no,
But, people spend their hard-earned money and they choose to have a Friday night or a Saturday night to go and see you.
yeah,
Yeah.
Like there's loads of things you can do on a Friday or Saturday.
Yeah.
So it's that sort of stuff is really
Yeah,
cool.
it's humbling, isn't it?
Yeah, it was just wicked. It's just great. big party.
Talking of party, you mentioned earlier about an after party. Where would that be? Not around your mum's house.
God.
I think it probably would be though.
Would it?
Little, just like a close family sort of thing.
No,
yeah, you'd have to, wouldn't you?
Yeah,
if
I
you'd just
reckon
done
so.
that, you'd have to like. I mean, you couldn't go out in town.
You'd have two parties.
Yeah.
You'd have two parties.
You'd have the family
You'd have
one.
a pre-party and a party.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is first?
Yeah. Well, I'd say everybody who's coming to the party goes there.
Yeah.
We have a pre-party around around one of our houses,
Barbecue
and then
or
we just
something,
join.
Yeah. Or in
Do
the
you know what I mean?
backstage area, get with your family, get like, get Tone to get the barbecue on or something. Just all sat around, have that, and be like, right, we'll go play a gig now. And like,
Oh yeah.
on the stage.
Yeah, that would be crazy. To
Yeah.
go from like Nebworth's like Highlands gig,
Yeah.
to like your mum's house sat down just going.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
good, wouldn't
I think
it? Yeah.
I'd crash
Yeah.
out. I think I'd have to be around lively people to keep me going
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
that would just be like.
But everyone would be like buzzing.
Yeah,
wouldn't it?
exactly. Yeah. But
But I think that's
I
what
don't
I
know,
do.
couldn't go to Chelmsford. I don't really like going out to Chelmsford anyway. But
Change.
No.
It is changed.
Yeah.
Massively.
No,
I'm
but you
not-
do. If the venue, you go the after parties where the venues
get a table on
venue is-
Popworld or something.
Popwell, Edwards.
Could you imagine?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe we could have like an after party ticket
Yeah.
that like people could pay for, like a VIP thing.
He's just done Highlands Park and he's still.
I
Trying
know,
to
he's still trying to fleece people.
Yeah, I know.
Just said how humble he was 10 seconds ago.
Tickets available Lucettas.com.
No, but you have to do something. Okay, we'll do it as a competition.
There you go.
And like, put everybody in like a different section of the park.
Yeah, you know, like when I went to Reading, they do like a silent disco thing, like in the campsite.
Oh,
Just do
that'd be
something
really
similar
cool.
to that, like under a tent or something.
Yeah.
I'd say do that in like
Yeah.
Well, you have like 4 parties. Each party gets a band member each, and they just rotate throughout the night.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Who are you choosing?
Great idea. Yeah. Do like a silent disco thing. You know, you get 4 channels and headphones. We'll have like each singing a song each like band member. Doing like karaoke or something. But
Oh, that'd be really good.
yeah, we just do. Yeah, probably just that sort of.
Keep it all in one venue.
Literally,
Yeah,
you're just
100%.
staying at home.
I would like to go back to someone's house though.
Yeah, I think it'll be like quiet. Well, yeah,
Yeah.
we'd probably do 2 nights anyway. So one night that, second night that.
Just drag it out.
humble, yeah.
Do a week,
Yeah.
do a week.
But,
I was going to say, when we done the Chelmsford gig, was it your nan come up to us?
Yeah.
She was a very, very sweet
Legend.
lady.
Yeah,
very
she's a
sweet
legend.
lady. She was like, said to me, "Are you the one who called them Lucettas?" I was like, "No, it wasn't
No.
me." She was like, "No, Nanny's not a sausage." It's all right. Made me laugh. It was nice meeting everyone there properly.
Yeah.
It was the
Yeah,
first time
yeah.
I met you guys properly.
Yeah. It was
including
good.
your family and that as well.
Yeah.
And it was a nice vibe. But yeah, definitely want to get some more gigs going.
Yeah, definitely.
So, you guys, talking to gigs, you guys have got what coming up from an event perspective?
So 14th of July at Hertford,
yeah.
Corn Exchange. Then the 20th of July at the Underbelly in Hoxton,
Yep.
which is a pretty cool venue, but I've never played there before. We've never played there.
No,
have we?
no.
So yeah, really looking forward to that one.
30th.
Yeah, maybe. Not announced all of these yet.
No. Okay. Yeah. We'll keep that one on the wraps. We'll cut that one out. Yeah.
4th of August playing at Hotbox in Chelmsford
Yeah.
with San Quentin.
Cool.
Cool. Like
Is that
really
who's
cool.
put that one on then? Have they put that one on?
No,
or
it's
have
a
you-
different
Called
promotion.
Jax or something, isn't it?
Jar.
Jar. Yeah.
Oh, Jar Records.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With Josh, I'm winning.
Yeah. Well, yeah, he just sort of messaged us out of the blue, said, "Do you want to do it?" And then they become our support.
Yeah. We've played with
Yeah,
them
so
a couple of times. Like we get
Yeah,
on
yeah,
with
yeah.
a good
Yeah.
bunch of lads. So
Yeah,
yeah.
good bunch of lads. And then Liverpool.
Yeah.
And
Liverpool to end the summer.
yeah,
Yeah.
but there will be plenty more. Just
Yeah. I'll just keep my mouth shut
Yeah.
next time. Wait for the announcement.
Shut up, Sam.
Yeah. Sorry.
What you guys mentioned about an EP or an album as well. When's the plan for that?
So we have everything recorded.
Mm.
We're waiting for stuff to be mixed and mastered and come back to us. It's going to be 12 songs.
Yeah.
But yeah, our third single's out on. So it'd be next Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah,
First
next
of July.
Friday,
Yeah.
first of July. And then yeah, we've got one more single to go after that.
Yeah. And then just,
And then
Look to
yeah,
drop
get
the
the
album.
record out.
yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, but as I say, like before, we're just gonna go with the flow. Really.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah, we don't want to release it too early. We want to be like really happy with it as
Yeah.
well. you know?
Exactly. Yeah. We might have to like not revisit
Yeah.
a few tunes, but like listen to it. It's
Make sure it's right.
Make sure it went to the full mix
Yeah.
and master. Just
Yeah,
make
of
sure.
course. Yeah.
And then we're already recording album 2 at the end of this month, at the
Yeah.
end of July.
In July. Yeah.
Oh wow.
So we're trying to get it going.
Is that something for late next year then? If the album's only going to this album's only going to come out.
As I say, yeah, we want like all of the material that we can possibly get in our hands, and then if we choose to put it out to the world, then we choose to put it out to the world.
When it comes to the live set, then you've said you've got, I mean, however many songs on album 1, album 2, which is basically done, and the songs are out at the moment.
Yeah.
How do you pick?
He's your man here.
What for the set list?
For the set list. How do you choose the set list?
I just choose a set list. Like
He does
Tom,
all of our set lists.
he just says to me, "Can you get a set list together?" And I just think what would be a good order. Some of these, obviously, ones that we like start and finish on, like they're kind of like not set in stone, but the last
bookmarks.
the bookmarks, kind of thing. So we have a few of them scattered out, and you think, "All right, this one will switch that one over," or just I don't know why, just what I feel like basically, and then. Obviously, I bear in mind like all the songs that start like just with guitar. I think I can't put them two together, or if I do, then it's got make sure it's just don't clash really. But I don't know how I think of it. It's always late at night. It's always, I don't know why when I'm in bed. Like I'll be falling asleep and I'll be like, oh, that'll be good there. So I just roll over on my phone, just put it in that order. So I just don't know, just whatever comes natural, I guess.
You're quite good at like splitting up the energy.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like we don't want to just be like start off like quick and then bring it down with a few like singer-songwriters.
You don't want to do like half like banging and half like.
It's nice to have a little journey when you're going through it, isn't it? I know it's very different, but when I'm doing my radio show, I try and have that where it isn't all just one genre in one section. You like to mix it up and keep everyone interested. In everything.
Totally.
I think with the things we're doing now, because obviously the one we played at Hotbox, the one we played in Nottingham, we had like an hour. So I think what we've been doing recently, we've been like extending some of the songs as well, and like exploring that sort of element to it. So that's.
I think the next thing we want to do with that is like there's a band called Blossoms. You know Blossoms? They're like really good at transitioning between song to song in that set list. So they'll, for example, if one of their songs finishes on a D chord, the next song will start on a D chord.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Stuff like that.
And they're like,
I think that's something that we could do.
Yeah.
Try and do it like that way.
Yeah, because I've seen a video of them doing it. And
and it's
always
like
think I'd love to do something like that. Yeah.
Hopefully that comes if we get bigger and stuff like that. A little bit more like sort of production, but more time to sort of go through it. But that sort of transition.
Do you think that only works for the bigger bands?
I think.
So if you play, I mean, the songs may be very different, but if you have one song that you run into the next one and people don't know the song
exactly
what's going on,
they're still gonna think it's one big
yeah.
Big
See,
song.
we sort of do that for the opening song of our set. We don't like get on there and be like, "Hi everybody, how you doing tonight?" Because I think that can be a bit awkward. Because you're like, "Hi, we're the Lucettas. How are you? Here's a song that we wrote like a few years ago." You know what I mean? Yeah. But it's like if you just go straight in, it's like, right, we're in now.
I think I think that for me personally, I just think when Tom just gives me on, like, "You ready?" Like that, he turns around and don't even say anything, just go straight into the song because he starts it, I think, right, and then just switches me on.
Yeah.
Because when sometimes when you're on stage, you're waiting like for the sound man to go like that. You feel like you get like you're building up, like you say, like not anxiety, but you think, "Oh, I'm ready to go, I'm ready to go." Last thing you want is someone like, "Oh yeah, well, check us out," blah blah blah. Like you want us. I just think just go straight into it.
Go straight into
works
it.
Like when
but
it's
you
like
are right. I think the dialogue when you're playing like big shows is less.
Yeah.
Like the dialogue between like band and like crowd, because if you're in a crowd, if you're like playing to a crowd of like, I don't know, let's say like 30 people, if you don't like speak to them, they might be like, "Oh, he's a bit of an boss." He's like, do you know what I mean? But if you're playing to a show like 20,000 people, no one's gonna say that. It's like he's just doing his job. Do you know what I mean? Everyone, they're all just doing their jobs.
I always looked at it like if no matter the band, where it's an unsigned band. Or Foo Fighters, not Foo Fighters, that's a bad example, but like a Liam Gallagher kind of thing. We're not here. We ain't paid you to watch you talk.
Yeah, exactly.
Totally. I want
Yeah.
to see the music.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
totally.
100%. And everyone's there for the same reason anyway, isn't they? Yeah. So
yeah, totally. But also as well, them bands, they don't need to say anything. Like everyone knows who they are. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think we've just invested in a banner now to go behind Sam, so I can stop saying we're the Lucettas.
spell L-U-C. Every gig, spell it
so
out.
I can just stop saying it now. So it's like, oh, who are these bands? Oh, they must be their thing.
So you can stop saying the Instagram.
That's exactly. So, and that comes with it. Even when you go to a festival or whatever, there might be like a young upcoming band. They'll always have their backdrop.
Or drum skin or something like that.
Or drum skin, something like that. So we've like taken it upon ourselves to do a little bit of investment for that. So we don't care if we're going to play in front of like 2 people or 20,000 people. We're always going to have this behind Sam now.
Yeah.
Because,
Yeah.
But I think that's why there's more dialogue.
Have you ever said anything on stage at a gig that the rest of the band have just took the piss and still hold to this day?
No, I wouldn't say. You've made me laugh a couple of times. Like, yeah, when you've had a few Nelsons or
I think
something.
you sound really bad.
No, it's not that. It's just like, don't know. It's just funny. Some of the stuff you said.
Yeah.
Because we've got in like a few of the songs we've got on the album. We've got like a few like what's it called?
Empty spaces.
No, not empty spaces. Like samples of stuff.
Oh yeah.
And sometimes he just like says the samples at the end of the song. At the end of the song, it just makes me laugh. You just don't expect it.
Yeah, and
But
everyone's like,
why did he say that for? And I'm just.
It will make sense when the record's out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
But yeah.
Yeah.
What about you? What about in your band? Is
Kurt,
that putting you on a spot a bit?
No,
Yep.
That's done this thing. I don't know what one of the songs out of nowhere. I think it may have been nerves. It's just when have you all got your dancing shoes on? As in, she meant it to sound a lot cooler than it did. Yeah. And when you look at the song, it could have been cool, but it was just so like Butlins like blue.
This one goes out to the birthday girl. And all that.
Yeah. So that's what we kind of hold against her.
Oh no, I bet she gets that all the time.
Yeah.
Right, so pretty much wraps us up. Is there anything else you guys wanted to plug? Obviously, you've got your new single coming out.
Yeah.
Friday just gone, as this goes out on the Monday publicly, or Friday on Patreon.
Will it be next Friday?
No. So basically, go on cover.
Cover on
this Friday, which is the
27th.
Covers out now.
Covers out now.
Covers out
Right,
now.
yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
And new single Syracuse out on the 1st of July. I think you're going to enjoy it. It's going to be like, it's a different vibe to what we have out before.
Yeah.
Little bit of like versatility there. Gets everyone going live, but it'd be great when everyone like knows the words and like, bangs it out. So
can get their dancing shoes on.
Free band. Sorry, I'm taking over.
Go on, mate.
Free unsigned bands that you think everyone should be listening to.
San Quentin.
Yeah, San Quentin, decent band. Yourselves,
Yeah.
good admissions, but you know. Yeah, do you know what? There's loads of good bands out there, man. Loads of good bands. I want to shout out Casino, to be fair.
Yeah.
Do you know what they uploaded 10 Bags and $1 Million to me this week?
Yeah.
So I think $1 Million are going to go out on Sunday.
Decent.
Yeah,
Very
nice.
decent.
It was really good, yeah.
Oh, there's so many good ones. I'm trying to think of bands that we've played with on the same bill and stuff. Do you mean like Essex bands, yeah?
Whoever takes
that
your fancy.
band we played last week, really good. Superbird.
Superbird are good.
Have you played? You know that?
I've listened to. I've never played.
Are they unsigned?
There's a question.
They're really good though. They really shocked us because they were like normal, and then they put all like the makeup and stuff on, and then they came on, mate. It was just the maddest like thing I've ever seen. It's like really, really good. So yeah, I'd say Superbird, San Quentin,
there's
Casino, and obviously
think of the names of them though.
Emissions. Yeah.
Well on.
Oh, do you know what? I'm really into this band at the moment. They're called Death of Guitar Pop.
Right.
They're like a ska band.
Someone else mentioned
I've seen them.
They're actually decent
on Instagram a lot.
Yeah, that's how I've like found them. Whatever they're doing, it's working. You know what I mean?
Someone else on the podcast has mentioned them, so I need their second mention on the pod. So I definitely need to go and look them up.
They're really good. Really, really good.
Good stuff. And also, I know you don't like mentioning the Instagram and the socials, but can you just tell everyone where they can find you on the socials?
Yeah, so we're at the Lucettas everywhere. So that's LUCETTAS, the Lucettas.
Yeah, and you're managing the TikTok, right?
Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah, that's gonna be the biggest one out of all of them.
It's just debuted. Yeah,
exactly. Just starting off now.
Yeah, wicked.
Good stuff.
Go follow us.
Cool.
Good stuff. Rob, go on.
Noise Complaints Before 9 Emissions is out now. Spotify, just wherever you listen to your music.
Yep.
You're going to put a link somewhere.
Obviously, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all
In
I
the
got this
description
week.
below, it will be there. If you are an unsigned band or artist, you want to get your music on the radio, go to our website, unsignedmusic.uk, scroll down a little bit on the website, submit your music, a little bit of a bio and a bit about the song, and we'll get that on the air as early as we can. And also sign up to our Patreon, exclusive content coming soon from the gigs that we've currently done, and some big news hopefully coming soon. And that pretty much wraps us up.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you very much, Rob.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tommy, Sam, Lucettas.
Thank you. Cheers for having us. Mate.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank everyone for watching, and we will see you all next time. Cheers, fellas.
Thank you.